Hi, I'm on a new mic. Let me know how I sound. Hi. I've decided to start doing more streams on this channel because I have a lot of cool stuff that I see, and I'm like, other people should see this. And also, I'll see like a game or a magazine, and I'll be like, I want to dig through this. And then I'll be like, I don't want to do this alone. That's kind of lonely. So you're all going to dig through these stuff with me. Oh, good. I sound good. Perfect. Okay. So pardon me. Welcome, welcome, welcome. We are going to start off by looking at Interactive Entertainment 01, the first issue of Interactive Entertainment, a multimedia magazine. And then after that, we're going to be watching one of my favorite videos. It's about an hour. It's an hour of an episode of Home and Family, and a lot of things go wrong, and it's really delightful. So let's get started with Interactive Entertainment. Sorry, I'm so used to the other stream. We have a stream deck, so I like press buttons, and I keep looking for the button to press, but there's no button to press. Look who it is! It's the Doonesbury. So I decided to this is straight up the entire Doonesbury theme that they have, including the sounds. I didn't edit the sounds, and I wanted to mention that. Because the sounds that they use in this are particularly egregious. So any sounds that you hear that suck are from this. So let's get started. Go to my computer. Go to episode 1. Yeah, it actually makes a throat clearing noise when there's an error, like some guy is judging you. It's really bad. I love it. Hold on. There we go. Aye. Interactive entertainment, baby.
Welcome to Interactive Entertainment.
Yeah. Also, let me know if the audio on Interactive Entertainment is loud enough. Let's go to news. Let's find out some news we can use. Let's get started. Westwood announces sequels.
Fans of Westwood Studios' adventure games will be glad to hear that the company plans to release 2 sequels in 1994. Gamers should get a third crack at saving the land of
Fiddle-dee
around
fucking
Christmas, while the
dee!
sequel to Lands of
We
Lore
got
should be out in
gestured
late
like
summer.
within
For
the
those who
first
prefer strategy
minute.
games, Westwood plans to release Command and Conquer, a game in a similar vein to their mega hit Dune 2, but with no connection to the Dune universe. Command and Conquer is currently slated for summer release.
Cool. I guess we're gonna get a fiscal update.
January 31st, 1994, Activision concludes private placement of 5 million shares of its common stock, generating $42.5 million in capital for the company. February 9th, 1994, Electronic Arts signs an agreement to merge with Broderbund by the end of May.
Damn.
Said merger is accomplished by an exchange of stock valued at $400 million. February 10th, 1994, MCA purchases a significant interest in Interplay Productions for an undisclosed sum. The final score, nearly $500 million tossed around the industry we all know and love. And they said games were for kids.
And they did. What do you want to bet this is about Monty Python? Probably not. There's no way.
For a company with only one product complete to date, the 7th level seems intent on shaking up the electronic entertainment industry. In December, they announced that they had signed an agreement to produce a CD-ROM game based on the popular Monty Python television series.
Oh, it's Monty Python.
Several members of the Python troupe are involved in the production of the game, which will incorporate footage from the show.
Oh,
The game is
I've actually
tentatively
played it
slated for
before,
release
like
in
when it
July.
was contemporary. I thought it was okay. Ancient Warlords? Why is there a question mark?
It is rumored that SSG may be working on an Ancients version of their popular Warlords game system. What about it? No word as yet, but stay tuned to IE for further details.
Okay. Hyperbole wraps Quantum Gate 2.
Hyperbole Studios, creators of such multimedia masterpieces as The Madness of Roland and The Wrong Side of Town, put the
Never
wraps on
heard
the
of
sequel
them.
to their interactive movie Quantum Gate on February 17th.
Never heard of
Like
this.
the original, Quantum Gate
Oh
2
my
will be
God.
published by Mediavision and is scheduled for release on PC CD-ROM in June.
Looks good. Let's see. TSR. Okay. Let's go.
SSI and TSR have decided not to renew their agreement for SSI to produce licensed AD&D games. In the future, TSR will be developing its own AD&D products using an in-house production team. SSI claimed that they were still on amicable terms with TSR and cited a desire to develop its own original adventure games. The final AD&D releases from SSI will be Al-Qadim, which should be released next month, and Menzo Beranzin, due toward the end of 1994.
Cool. New World breaks with Broderbund. Uh-oh.
New World Computing has
Look
elected
at
not
that.
to renew its distribution with Broderbund.
This looks like one of
Software
those
for Gen
house
19.
divided flags.
Instead, New World will
Like
develop
that
their
should
own
be
distribution network.
Packers
The first titles New World will be
and
releasing under its own auspices
the
are Inherit
Texans.
the Earth, an adventure game aimed at all audiences, and Zephyr, a much-advertised battle tank simulation.
Cool. We saw this last time, but I want to hear it again because I like the Fat Man.
The Fat Man, the self-proclaimed biggest name in computer game music, has established a service wherein his company,
I really
Fat
need to
Lab,
get a
will
bolo
work with
tie.
sound
I've
card
lived
and
in
chipset
Texas. Hey,
manufacturers to ensure
hey,
that the
Danny.
card is compatible with
I've
the
lived
Fat
in
Man's use of General
Texas
MIDI.
since
If the
a
card
while,
passes his
and I don't have a
standards,
bolo
which are
tie.
more rigorous than the commonly used General MIDI, the card will be certified, and the manufacturer will be given permission to use this seal on their product.
We did see this, but I want to see this again.
Recognizing that the 13 million
Welcome,
existing
Tiki. Welcome,
Genesis
everybody.
owners may not want to spend $300 on a new 32-bit game machine.
Yeah, I am
Sega
not
has
spending $300
wisely
on the
announced that they'll
Saturn.
release an upgrade product
And I'm
called
especially
the
not
Sega
buying
Genesis
Panzer
Super
Dragoon
32X.
Saga when it's
When plugged into a
contemporary.
Sega Genesis, the 32X will provide a number of audio-visual enhancements and allow gamers to play existing Genesis and Sega CD games, as well
Ooh.
as games designed for their new Saturn 32-bit platform. The 32X is currently scheduled for launch this fall, with an anticipated target price of $149.
Okay. Privateer team flies to merit in Radiaki.
You might think that
The
the article Future Vision is currently developing for Merit Software is Harvester.
I want to
Yes,
see
again,
that.
Future Vision has hired several members of the Privateer creative team to develop the secrets of Dr. Radiaki. This first-person perspective game is a Doom-style action-adventure, but all locations
Look at
and
them.
characters are being modeled using 3D Studio. Look for Radiaki later in 1994.
I love them. Ex-spy to advise Activision on espionage line.
Former CIA Director William Colby has agreed to serve as a consultant to Activision on a series of interactive espionage thrillers. The series is being published under the company's Infocom label and has been hailed by Activision CEO Bobby Kotick as the result of an extensive search for a subject worthy of being the first original Infocom game in over 6 years.
William Colby is a kind of cheese. Here's some GURPS for you.
Interplay has signed an agreement with Steve Jackson Games to produce a development engine based on Jackson's popular GURPS system. That's Generic Universal Role-Playing System to you and me. GURPS is a classic pen-and-paper role-playing game, first published in 1986, which uses the same core mechanics for all genres. Over 50 source books have been published for GURPS, covering subjects from the Old West to cyberpunk.
They need to do GURPS streamers. So, like, because I know there's GURPS furries. They need to make a GURPS version for streamers. Thrustmaster pounces on Jaguar. That happens a lot on Cohost.
Thrustmaster, renowned for their excellent flight control products, has announced that they will produce licensed controllers for Atari's new Jaguar platform. According to Thrustmaster VP of Sales and Marketing Kevin Darby, the commitment is firm, although a decision has not yet been made regarding the exact specs of Thrustmaster's Jaguar controllers. And now a word from our sponsors.
Okay.
Microprose has done it again. This
I finally got a fake
time, their
ad.
newest strategy game featuring tactical level combat. Look under the install demos section of the main menu.
Yeah, interactive entertainment
Under
has
Killing
unskippable
Moon, Access
ads.
Software's latest creation is nearly here. With full motion, real actors, and a plot that would stump even the best armchair sleuths, Under a Killing Moon looks like their best game yet. Check out our preview in this episode under Features in the main menu, or under Previews in the table of contents.
We now return you to the show.
Thank you. Okay, so that's the news. Not a lot of news, but we got some news. Let's go to some articles. Yeah, let's find out about Under a Killing Moon.
Access has tossed their hat into the interactive movie ring in a big way with Under a Killing Moon. This enormous, hard-boiled detective movie will be shipped in three CDs. By now
3.
you've probably heard that it features some name actors, such as Margot Kidder, Brian Keith, and Russell Means, so I'll refrain from mentioning it. Under a Killing Moon makes some pretty outrageous claims, even for the computer entertainment industry. Access maintains that you'll be able to go anywhere within the game and look at anything. Crawl under a desk, look out a window, and so on. To create this cutting-edge masterpiece, the designers filmed the actors against a black backdrop, then cut out each individual frame of the video and superimposed
knife
it on a
glint.
computer-generated scenery. Some of the visual effects, such as the character chameleons morphing, are really impressive. Each room in Under a Killing Moon is rendered in exquisite detail. You can move freely through this environment.
brew and
Comparison with
stew.
the D word seems inevitable. Like the game which is not mentioned, walls and floors are created on the fly using texture maps. However, paintings, statuary, and
Why
other
is there a
such details
sexy
are
lizard
saved out
man
as
in
high-res
Under a
bitmaps,
Killing Moon?
so they actually get more detailed as you get closer to them, just like in real life. Under a Killing Moon's protagonist is Tex Murphy, Private Eye, so Martian Memorandum fans should get a kick out of it. But even those who haven't enjoyed previous Access adventure games should look it over. The interface features a number of innovations. One of my favorites is the fact that when you are talking to another character, you aren't given a list of phrases, but of attitudes. You might be given a choice of tell 'em off, apologize, or change the subject. What
Yeah,
Tex
that is the
actually
Hat
says
Squad.
When you make your selection,
I
then
do like the
comes as a complete
sunglasses.
surprise. Will Under a Killing Moon live up to the lofty
That is a
expectations it has set?
cool bar.
Time will
I
tell.
like it. I
If
would
the
go
gameplay is
there
decent
and
the
order a
visuals are
Shirley
even
Temple
half
and then
as
get
cool
kicked
as this
out.
brief taste hints they will be. It should be an entry to set your sights on later this spring.
We saw some of the interview with Lord Bridge, so we saw that last time. Let's go to the front page sports baseball.
Following up on its foray into the sports simulation market with Front Page Sports Football and its successor Football Pro, Dynamics takes on the national pastime with the release of
So
Front
this
Page
the
Sports
drink I'm having
Baseball.
this stream
The graphics
is
look sharp.
an energy
The batting
drink.
screen has
Danny
a couple
bought a
nice
bunch of
touches,
energy
including
drinks
the pitcher
and they
nodding
did
as
not
he
like
accepts a
them,
sign,
and
the
I am
hitter
now
knocking
drinking
dirt from
them.
his spikes before he steps into the box.
They taste
That
like
same care went into the design of the field.
grape
The game
sweet
uses
tarts
3D models of real
that went a
stadiums as
little
backgrounds
bad.
for its game,
Not
and the
super
3D
bad, but a
graphics
little
also look
bad.
sharp and
Anyways,
authentic.
baseball.
Batting is easy to control using a joystick.
There
and
is no
the speed
oak. This
turned
is
you into a
normal
Bo Jackson
ingredients. It's
overnight.
nice.
I myself could only produce a series of lazy pop flies. Guess I better keep that day job, huh? According to game designer Alan McFeeters, the fielding mode will be
Chicago
similar to Tony La
Bruins.
Russa baseball.
Yeah, it's
The full release of
drinkable,
the
but
game,
like,
expected for the end
you know,
of June,
but I'll
will
drink
also
'em.
allow complete control of all base runners.
Mike
Steals
Grave,
and leads
cool
in a
name.
baseball sim, you say?
Samuel
That's a song you've heard
Soda. I want to
before,
meet
but with the
them.
quality dynamics put into Football Pro, perhaps a slice of humble pie
Samuel
will be in
Soda,
order.
what a
Baseball
name.
features a wide range of customization options.
Uh-huh.
Like the aforementioned Football Pro, baseball gives you full control of league play. Leagues range in size from 8 to 32 teams and allows you to use current and historical player stats. It also allows full box scores, stats, and play-by-play from each individual game. The setup screen allows you to choose the difficulty level, whether you're managing or playing, and set the weather and playing conditions.
Is that a
Front Page
Sammy
Sports
Sosa with
Baseball
Sammy
should appeal
Soda
to
joke?
any fan who has
Yeah,
always wanted
I
to
guess
build
that
his
makes
own team.
sense.
In addition to the basic major league rosters,
Like
the
they're the
game will
Toronto
offer free
Bluebirds
agent
instead of the Blue
signings,
Jays
trades
and they're
with
the
other
Bruins
teams,
instead of
and
the
a career league
Cubs.
option
Okay,
that
I
allows
see what they're
minor league
doing.
players. The smell of popcorn, the taste of warm beer, the crack of the bat, and the feeling of my butt.
Actually,
falling asleep on the
it's better
ballpark
when the
bench.
beer is cold
No
at a
baseball
baseball
sim can give
game,
you
but that's
all these
okay.
sensations, but a good one can evoke them, even when you can't get out to see the real thing. Many have promised this, but few have delivered. If the full release lives up to the preview, however, Dynamics Front Page Sports Baseball may well deliver as promised.
Okay. I think that just installs the game, but let's see what happens.
The Magic Candle was originally released by Minecraft back in 1989.
Have any of you heard of the
Doesn't
Magic
have
Candle?
high-res 256 color graphics. It doesn't have a
I have
stereo
never
sound
heard
card
of it
with
before I
digitized
heard of
speech. It
interactive
doesn't
entertainment.
have a free-scrolling first-person 3D view screen. What it does have is an engaging story that continues to captivate players even though technology has passed the game by. Here I'll show players who are new to the Magic Candle series how to start the game,
Okay.
get familiar with some of the commands, form a party, get some supplies, and start the adventure. The game starts.
Oh
when
my
Lucas,
God,
the
they're
hero
so
of the game, is summoned to
blobby.
the court of King Rebnar.
They're little
The magic candle that
babies.
imprisons the demon Driax is melting, and it will
You
be
could
your
just,
task
like,
to
squeeze
discover what
them. They're so
happened to the candle's
small.
guardians and somehow restore its integrity before the naughty demon escapes and
Oh,
turns
not a
all of
naughty
Perugia
demon.
into something resembling downtown L.A.
This
Once
game
you
is the
accept
Magic
mission, you'll have
Candle.
to form a party of adventurers, which is done in the Knights Room. Exit King Rebnard's court and walk west until you see this door. This is the Knights Room, and it's where you'll choose your 5 other party members from a list of well-qualified volunteers. Use the call
These
command to
graphics are
get a list of
charming.
the
I'm sorry. I
volunteers.
love this.
To
You
see
can tell.
would-be
I like this
adventurer's
because it's
stats,
just like a.
highlight his name
You can
and
tell
hit the
some
space
regular
bar.
person made
Wizards
this.
and
Very
good
cool.
fighters will be needed, but you should be careful to create a well-balanced party by carefully reading the manual's descriptions of the volunteers.
Okay.
Now head west to the guest room, which is on the floor above you.
Oh, I
Walk to
guess
the
it's just
eastmost
going to be a
wall of
straight
the
up
castle
tutorial.
and
That's
follow the
okay.
hallway
It's a
south,
game
and then
fact.
west
It's a
until
game
you
fact
reach
before game
stairs.
facts.
After you climb the stairs, you'll find the guest room just to the north. Once there, split your party into 2 factions by making a new party out of just your spellcasters. Have the non-wizards exit the room.
This
Now you
is a
should
lot,
have your
though.
wizards
I will.
memorize spells
I
and
am. I
sleep.
am not a guy
Answer
who
yes
likes
when
to do a
asked
lot
if
of
you
work
want to
before I
control the
start a
other
game.
party
Sorry,
while they
video
rest.
games.
While your wizards dream of shattering evil fiends with bursts of magic, explore the castle with your mundane characters. Your wizards need time to learn their spells, so you might as well see the sights.
Okay.
Use your party members with the highest charisma to talk to the castle denizens and coax some
Okay,
advice
so
and
people
rumors
do
out of them.
remember
Once you've
this,
seen
and
all
it's
there
pretty
is to
well
be seen,
regarded. That
head
makes
back to
sense.
the
This
guest
seems
room.
like one of those
If your
well-regarded
explorers are
old
getting tired, rest them.
CRPGs that
Then
I would
join
just
the
bounce
factions
off
into one
of.
party and head back to King Rebnerd's court.
No offense to them,
Make sure
I
you
bounce
stop
off
in and
of a
visit
lot
King
of
Rebnerd once before you
games.
leave. His Majesty is very happy that you'll be risking life and limb, so he won't have to. Like most kings, Rebnerd likes to sit on the throne and read the paper and not much else.
Yeah,
To help you
same.
survive your quest, he'll give you some needed supplies. Now stop pestering the poor king. He has an important game of hide the scimitar to play with one of the servant girls.
Oh my
Before you leave the
god.
king's court,
Shut
talk to the
up.
other non-royal people in attendance. When you stand that close to the king all day, you can't help but overhear some useful stuff. One of the subjects will tell you to go to the nearby town of Port Aver. That sounds suspiciously like an agenda. Now that you know where to go, get out of here. What are you doing hanging around in a castle anyway? They're drafting and have no plumbing. And don't let the portcullis hit you on the bodkin on the way out either. That's it. You're out of the castle. All of
Hooray.
Deruvia
I'm
awaits
out of the
your
castle
exploration.
and on my way to
You're now ready to
7-Eleven.
begin your quest
Yeah,
proper.
unlicensed junk is
Try not
fun,
to
though.
concentrate on the graphics and sound. It's
And I
how a game
think
plays
earlier
that
I
really
saw this
matters.
is like very
Besides, in
Ultima,
the days before the
but
aqueduct, personal
for...
hygiene wasn't exactly a high priority. So maybe it's better that the people you
I was
meet
gonna say not
aren't
Ultima for
rendered in
babies, but
vivid,
Ultima
lifelike
for
detail.
like
Know what I
people
mean?
who just really eat that kind of stuff up. Not me. I do not eat that up. Okay, well, we went through all of those. Let's go to the table of contents. What we got here? Let's see short takes. Oh, there's so much. Let's go. AD&D Al-Qadim. Oh, I remember short takes now. Okay, you know what short takes just is? Short takes, all it is just a bunch of screenshots. So let's look at the screenshots here. And you have to go through them like individually. It's really annoying. Whoa, 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 whoa. Okay, moving on. What was that guy? I like that guy, yeah. What are the specs for this? Not available. We don't know. Bioforge. Okay. Looking looking a little sexy there. You're gonna beat up that thing. Gonna beat up that thing. I like the thing on the wall. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. What is that's terrible? I don't like the grape T-Rex. Reach 3. Good gun. Good shading on the gun. This looks Amiga. You know what I mean? This just gives me Amiga vibes. I know it's not, but I'm just getting that feeling. That Amiga feeling. Okay. All right. CD-ROM. What the... Oh my god, it's Prime! It's Ultraverse! Yes! Okay, I gotta say, this is actually pretty high quality graphics, so, yeah, okay, let's get some CD-ROMics. Dark Legions. Again, this reminds me of Amiga. Okay. Lords of Midnight. This is DOS. This is super DOS. I love it. Oh my goodness. Prince Morkin. Snorkin Morkin. I like the little dragons on the side going bleh. See, the Lords of the Realm. Oh, I do accept, sir. You look amazing. This all looks amazing. Okay, I'm into this. The Lords of the... Oh my gosh, that baby. Perfect baby. Mm-hmm. Baron Redfest. Rise of the Robots. I've heard of that. That, it looks like it's from a VHS tape. This looks like it's a picture of a picture. Like, they had a photograph, and then they took a photo of the photograph, or they took a photo of the TV. And Star Reach. Uh-huh. This, again, very DOS. I respect it. I am not doing a Rise of the Robot stream. I would lose, and it would just be me losing and cursing, which I guess is like not that different from my other streams. But I would rather have less of that. Go to the table of contents. Okay, let's go to the previews. We got the preview music going. All right, 1942, the Pacific Air War.
50 years after World War II, the Pacific is once again a hotbed of conflict.
Oh, no.
This time, however, the battles aren't being fought in the sky, but in the marketplace. Microprose is launching its volley at the flight sim community in the form of 1942, the Pacific Air War. Set in the skies of the Pacific Theater, the Pacific Air War highlights the carrier battles which turned the tide of the war for the Allies. Microprose has spared no expense in making this game as historically accurate as possible.
Cool.
Performance characteristics of both American
So
and
does that mean
Japanese
that the
planes
World War II
have been
gremlins were there?
exhaustively tested. The company even
I
went
was
so
talking
far
about
as
this
to
in
locate some
another stream,
surviving
but
pilots who actually
I
flew
waffle
in
on
air
whether the
combat
concept of
specific
World War II
reality
gremlins
check
are
the game.
real.
Now that's dedication.
Because I want
Many
them to be
complaints
real,
have been leveled at Microprose for not making enough
but I don't
effort
like
to
the
remain
idea
graphically on the cutting edge.
of
The
little
designers
creatures
of the
working for
Pacific
the
Air War
Axis.
are
I think that's
obviously out to
disturbing.
silence those gripes. At the very least, this game holds its own against others
But they're
in its
so
field. As a
cool.
bonus,
They're little
graphic
creatures
detail
that mess
level
with
configuration
wiring.
is outstanding. A different level of detail can be chosen from several options for every graphic element. At the lowest levels, the graphics engine should provide maximum speed even on a slow machine. And
Maximum
at its highest levels, it
speed.
should be hard to believe you're sitting at your desk. Replay value was given serious consideration. In order to assure that Pacific Air War will not land on your bookshelf, the designers have created hundreds of unique missions. And if you should devour those in a long weekend of sleepless hyperactivity, they covered
Mission
that
build.
one
Oh,
too,
nice little
providing
effect they
complete
had there.
mission builder. Still, there's more to a good combat flight.
Okay, so there are Russian. Okay, so there are other kinds of gremlins. You know what? If the other side had to deal with gremlins, I respect them. I respect gremlins for being just inherently anti-war. Hi, Bob. We are looking through interactive entertainment. I'm finally getting ads.
There's no end to the innovations MPS has added to this game, where most games give the pilot several views which can be accessed with
I like the
hotkeys.
flaps
Pacific Air
thing.
War
I'd
has a
flip the
virtual
flap switch
cockpit
all the
feature.
time.
The pilot's point of view can be detached and pivoted to almost any angle. Instruments and controls continue to
Also,
function
big thanks.
normally
I
from
mentioned it
Sector
before, but I
6,
want to
so you
mention it
can
again.
monitor your altitude and flight
Bobinator
speed out of the corner
helped
of your
set
eye.
up, and by help
Multiplayer
set up,
mode
they
is
did
rapidly
set up
becoming standard
this
for every gaming genre.
Windows 98 setup with DOSBox
designers
Pure.
weren't blind to
So
this fact.
thank you, thank you,
Will
thank you,
support
thank
mode
you
of
for
play.
that.
Players can
I wouldn't be able to
cooperate
do it
or go
without that
head-to-head
because,
with
whew.
additional computer-controlled planes where there is sufficient bandwidth.
I haven't found a lot of games that I would stream, but on this yet, except for maybe Rise of the Robots, just to die really fast.
And interrupt the replay at any time to resume control.
And now a word from our
Oh,
sponsor.
here we go, ads.
You've seen his games, you've played out his fantasies,
Aye.
now listen to what he has to say. Lord British talks to IE. Check it out under the Features section in the main menu or the Interactive Interviews section in the table of contents. Magic Candle.
Hey,
is one of the
we
best
remember that.
role-playing
We just
games
heard
of its
about that
time.
game.
It has a
And
fantastic
I wonder
plot
if I've
and
ever,
gameplay that'll make you
because
think
he
you're
lives in
playing a real
Austin,
pencil
I
and
wonder if
paper
I've
game
ever
on your
accidentally
computer.
run into
Look in the
Lord
main
British.
menu under Install Demos for the
That would be
complete game,
awful.
or
I
check
wouldn't
out our
want him to
article
see
under the
me.
Features section in the main menu.
I mean, he
And
could see me.
now, back to the action.
I just don't want
Lord
Lord British to know,
will be a
like, I
frontier for
exist.
flight sim buffs. Which Pacific War game will emerge the victor in the upcoming dogfight remains to be seen. Microprose 19...
So before we end, I want to hear the, oh, okay, it doesn't have the thing. Let's hear the summary.
Microprose 1942, The Pacific Air War, is the newest release in a series obviously intended to allow gamers to play World War II from start to finish. In this
Thank you, Refurb, for the
flight
follow.
you can
Do you
fly
like-
in numerous
do you like my thing?
carrier-based missions for either the American or Japanese forces, as well as fly your own missions with the included mission builder.
Thank you for the, yeah, the alert is, I made the alert today. I still have a lot more setting up of the stream to do, but yeah. The alert is from the video we're going to be watching later, so look forward to that. Yeah, it's from Home and Family.
Mention the word submarine to most people, and they instantly experience a form of cinematic deja vu.
What?
Mentally scanning such film epics as Das Boot and Run Silent, Run Deep. Aces of the Deep.
Hey,
the latest PC
hey, can I
simulations
say
and
something?
dynamics, covers the
Who the
Atlantic
fuck
U-boat
is thinking
campaign
about
waged
Run
by the
Silent,
Allied
Run Deep
naval
in
forces during World War
2024?
II. Unlike the earlier games in the Aces series, which allow players to command and control the forces of either side, this game restricts the player to the control of a single U-boat. Like its predecessors, Aces of the Deep offers a myriad of choices to the would-be U-boat Capitan. The main menu lets you choose to play training or historical missions or hypothetical encounters.
Yeah, when I
or
hear
enlist in a
submarine, I
career.
think...
Other choices include viewing various ship types,
I also
pursuing
think
the
In the
U-boat
Hunt
Commander's Hall of
and
Fame, and accessing the options menu.
other things.
Options are a many splendid thing in Aces of the Deep. The game is
Options
broken
are a
down into
many
one of
splendid
8
thing. I
distinct
like
periods
that.
of the war. You're also allowed to select crew types, subtypes, adversary strength and type, wolfpack size or submarine density, whether air cover is present, the time of day, the state of the sea, and weather conditions.
Yeah, The Hunt for Red
What,
October.
no
Now
cable?
that's a
The
submarine
realism
movie.
menu offers
That
options
and
such
maybe
as
Das
bomb
Boot, but
torpedoes,
Run
slow
Silent, Run
reloads,
Deep.
realistic
That's...
repairs,
I'm sorry,
collisions,
that's too deep of a cut for
vulnerability to keep
1994.
diving
I'm
and
just going to
depth
say
charge
it.
attacks, and visibility. You can also elect to limit your supply of fuel and
You
ammunition.
had the Game
If
Boy
you
Hunt
so
for Red
desire,
October.
the
That's so
combat and
good.
Sailing models can be toggled
That's
between
so
novice,
good.
intermediate, and expert mode, just to keep it fair. As you might have
Yeah,
guessed,
it's deep.
all that button clicking gave this sea dog a case of carpal tunnel syndrome. But there's more clicking ahead. The game's interface is entirely mouse-driven, but the interface is intuitively simple to master. The game
There's a
is built
realism
around two
panel. Do you
central
see that?
management stations,
What-
the bridge and the control room.
what could
Both
that even
screens include an
be?
icon bar at the bottom of
I
the screen.
wanna
When icons are
know.
engaged, message windows pop up on the screen, showing various canned message clues or informational screens. One of the most striking characteristics of Aces of the Deep is the way Dynamics has handled Neptune's neighborhood. To say the ocean looks swell is perhaps the misunderstatement of the year. The rolling surf appears so realistic that Dynamics may have to include some Dramamine with every game purchase. While the
Oh,
map extends from the Americas to the Middle East and from Greenland to southern Africa, for the most part, play involves sailing within the North Atlantic region and is dependent upon various stages comprising the Atlantic campaign.
there's a lot
Ships and
going on in
aircraft
this
detail
war.
have been rendered with Gorod-shaded polygons, while Dynamics has utilized a runtime anti-aliasing technique which reduces jaggies.
Okay.
Aces of the Deep doesn't capsize when it comes to the realism factor. Commanders will have to deal with such logistical issues as oxygen, electric and battery levels, as well as monitor radio transmissions to and from BDU, the U-boat headquarters based in Western Europe. Keeping BDU apprised of unfolding events becomes an important concern, since some missions either require the shadowing or stalking of the Allied convoys and working in conjunction with other U-boats. Interestingly enough, Aces of the Deep eliminates the floating camera and external viewpoints normally associated with an Ace offering. The creators felt that the game design would be compromised if information such as submarine depth, depth charge setting, and enemy locations were apparent to the U-boat commander. What will be included
MS
are
DOS
external
boot,
viewpoints tied
yes.
into
Oh my
action sequences,
God.
such as a destroyer's
That's good.
launch
They
of
should have
depth
said that.
charges or the dropping of bombs from long-range
Drop the
mosquito
ball,
bombers.
Interactive Entertainment
The
Award.
campaign game commences with the captaining of a Type 2 U-boat. As one successfully completes missions, the commander as player is then afforded the option of piloting variants of either the Type 7 or Type 9 boats. Confronted by the choices, players soon realize that design trade-offs are painfully evident. The Type 7 boat stored less materiel and remained on station for shorter durations than the Type 9 boat, but could dive rapidly and easily evade enemy actions. On the other hand, the Type 9 boats could put to sea longer, dive deeper, and shoulder a larger payload, but were more susceptible to both air and surface attack. Not only must the wary U-boat skipper stay alert
Oh
for
my gosh, look at
anti-submarine and
them.
reconnaissance aircraft,
So
but he would
fancy.
be wise to plan his attack
Looks
with the sun
good.
and the moon's position in mind.
Aw,
Silhouettes of
welcome,
hunter
Bad
and
Idea.
prey
Sorry you're
alike become
sick.
supremely
Hopefully
evident
this
as the
interactive
must
entertainment
take
will,
to avoid detection.
well, I don't think
Stealth
it'll heal
retains
you,
health.
but it could
Submarine
at least
duty isn't
entertain
for
you.
everyone. After all, spending a significant portion of your life underwater in cramped quarters isn't everyone's dream job. Unless, of course, you're a recording
Alex's
engineer.
stream, something to
Thankfully,
look
with Aces
at
of the
to
Deep
make
from
time
Dynamics,
go
you
by.
won't have to suffer in order to
I do
enjoy
like
a
that
deep-sea
frog.
tour de force. Sign me up for the next mission now.
All right, let's see FPS baseball.
Following up on its foray into the sports simulation market with Front Page Sports Football and its successor Football Pro, Dynamics takes on the national pastime with the release of Front Page Sports Baseball. The graphics look sharp. The batting screen has a couple of nice touches, including the pitcher nodding as he accepts a sign, and the hitter knocking.
I
dirt
wish
from
it
his
was first-person
strikes before he
shooter
steps into the
baseball.
box.
I really
That
wish.
Same care went into the design of the field.
Wait, is this the same thing
game
we
uses
watched
3D
earlier, or
models
is
of
this a
real
different
stadiums as
rundown of
backgrounds
the
for
same
its games,
game?
And the stadium graphics also look sharp and authentic. We'll be right back.
Doom
Hold
has been
on,
this year's
it's
biggest
Doom.
game by far. You've heard the gruesome stories and you've read the long articles. Now check it out for yourself with the Doom 1.2 shareware version in the main menu under Install Demos.
Doom.
Dynamics has long been a maker of great games.
It's an
One of their
ad
latest
for the
creations,
thing we're
Front Page
watching.
Sports
Okay.
Baseball is on its way. For a sneak preview, select Features at the main menu or Previews in the table of contents.
And now, back to IE.
Okay.
Batting is easy to control using a joystick, though this won't turn you into a Bo Jackson overnight. I myself could only produce a series of lazy pop flies. Guess I better keep that day job, huh? According to game designer Alan McFeeder,
Yeah,
the
there's
fielding mode will be
Samuel
similar
Soda
to
and Mike
Tony La
Grave
Russa
again
baseball.
from the Chicago
The full release
Bruins.
of the game, expected for the end of June, will also allow complete control of all base runners. Steals and leads in a baseball
Yeah, they
sim,
ended up
you
getting
say?
rid of the
That's a
ads
song
by
we've
like
heard
issue
before,
5
but
or
with the
so
quality
because
dynamics
they
put into
literally
Football Pro, perhaps a slice of
they
chocolate
literally
pie
couldn't get
would be in
advertisers. I
order.
think actually they may have gotten a few,
Baseball features
but
wide range of
they weren't able to
customization
get the ones I think they
Like the
wanted.
aforementioned Football Pro, baseball gives you full control of league play. Leagues range in size from 8 to 32 teams and allows you to use current and historical player stats. It also allows full box scores, stats, and play-by-play from each individual game. The setup screen allows you to choose the
Colorado
difficulty level,
Peaks.
whether you're managing or playing, and set the weather and playing conditions. Front Page Sports Baseball should appeal to any fan who has always wanted to build his own team. In addition to the
I would
basic
add a
Major
lot
League
of
rosters,
injuries
the
and
game will
fatigue if
offer
I was
free agent
playing.
signings,
I would set
trades
the
with
injury
other
meter
teams,
all the
and a
way
career
up to
league option
10
that allows minor league
for
players.
10 injuries an hour.
The smell of popcorn, the taste of
Yeah,
warm
this is the
beer,
same
the
one.
crack
But you
of
know,
the
we can
bat,
see it again.
and
We're
the
learning
feeling
about
of my
baseball.
butt falling asleep on the ballpark bench. No baseball sim can give you all these sensations, but a good one can evoke them, even when you can't get out to see the real thing. Many have promised this, but few have delivered. If the full release lives up to the preview, however, Dynamics Front Page Sports Baseball may well deliver as promised.
All right. Battledrome. I wonder if this will also have baseball.
The hot game in waiting from Dynamics is Battledrome. Call it a cross between a kick and punch game and a futuristic flight sim. In it, you pilot
kick
Hurt,
and punch
a towering
game.
battle robot armed to
Is
the
that
teeth
is
and
that what
ready
people
for
call
killing.
it?
Of course, facing you is an equally terrifying
A kick and
machine,
punch game?
Another Herc, with the desire to scatter your circuits all over the arena. Intense combat is the name of the game in this fight to the finish. The Hercs in Battledrome are complex structures made up of numerous polygons. This allows the Hercs to look good without straining your computer's CPU. One of the most visually striking features of these gargantuan death machines is their independently moving parts.
Okay.
Some Hercs have a rotating turret
Most
that
robots
swivels
have
to track
independently
targets,
moving parts.
even
What
if
makes
the
this
Herc
these
is moving
robots
in another
special?
direction. Unlike MechWarrior 2, which takes place
I
on
miss
Battledrome's
this
contests
aesthetic.
are staged in a specially designed
So many
battle
people
area.
are
You
doing
can set
the
parameters of the
PS1
simulation
aesthetic,
yourself.
and that's cool and
One of the
all.
interesting things
But I
to toy
miss
with
the
is
weird
amount of light in the
pre-rent.
game. It's
I
a
miss
real
this
shock to
era
see a
of
hostile
PC
Herc
games,
shamble out
like
of the
from
darkness right in front
94,
of you and unload a
93.
barrage of nastiness right in your face. Battledrome will support modem play. Since the game is a one-on-one fight to the death, the ability to reach out and
Yeah, I
catch
miss
someone
flat
should
shading.
prove
I
to be
thought
the
flat
most
shading
rewarding
looked
when
really
playing.
cool.
I can't wait to hide behind a structure in a darkened area and let some hapless IE staffer have it when he pokes his head around the corner. Battledrome supports the full line of Thrustmaster controls, driver controller excluded. The weapons control system will control your speed in both forward and reverse. The flight control system Pro.
Yeah,
will
I
handle
also
your
want to
movement
see
of
the
Herc and
VR
fire its
games that
weapons,
look like the
and the
early
rudder pedals
80s
will allow
show
you to twist
CG
your torso
showcases.
and fire in one direction before you
Showcases.
walk in
I
another.
really, really
If you
love
are fanatical enough to own
the
rudder
old VR
control system,
aesthetic.
The hat on the FCS Pro can be
Let me
programmed
see
to
that
take
game.
over the
Hold on.
torso movement. If you find yourself cursing the darkness, try taking a pop shot at the opposing Herc. In low-light environments, causing an explosion will result in a bright flash of light, which can prove to be very illuminating. In Battledrome, blowing stuff up is a legitimate
Oh,
technique for
Thunder Helix
exploring the
does look
environment.
sick.
Although I've only seen a very primitive version of the program, Battledrome looks promising.
Okay.
The graphics are plain
We,
compared
we,
to
we sold
MechWarrior
on
2, but they
Battledrome. We're
also
gonna sell
require
some.
a
Can I
lot
sell
of
you on some
computer power.
Battledrome?
This is a one-on-one slugfest battle game, pure and simple. Gamers who want a combat game that goes far beyond the standard two-dimensional kick-and-punch genre should keep an eye out for Battledrome.
Okay.
Just remember that what your mother used to tell you isn't true anymore. There is indeed a boogeyman waiting for you
Sorry, I did not mean to interrupt him talking about the boogeyman. Oh no.
in the darkness, and he's heavily armed.
Cool. There's a boogeyman waiting for you in the darkness, and he's heavily armed. Does that comfort you, chat?
If you're a power-hungry capitalist burned out on airbucks, Impressions has a new offering in the same vein.
We watched
which
this in
might
the
suit
last
your revival.
on Danny's
Called
stream
Detroit,
on
this new
the
strategy
RetroPile stream.
game
We
is
can
for
watch
all
this
you
here again.
Armchair Iacocas who can't help but insist that were they
Armchair
in charge of a major
Iacocas.
automobile
Which one of
company,
you is an
they could
armchair
do Henry
Iacocca?
Ford one better. In Detroit, you get the keys to the factory and make all the decisions from the ground up. Not only do you design the products you want to sell, you must handle the safety testing, marketing, and advertising for your vehicle as well. You start with a single car design. This screen lets you choose different body segments and internal components. Put a big engine and a small aerodynamic body and you've got a fast sports car to appeal to the driving enthusiast. Build a boxy cheap car with lots of safety features and you've got a perfect station wagon.
I want a
Once you've got
station wagon.
prototype built, you'd better
I want a
test out the
station
design.
wagon with
On the test
wood
track, you can put your car through its
and
paces, testing its acceleration, braking, handling,
diesel.
and fuel capacity.
I want to run on
Any
diesel.
errors you find can be corrected back in the design lab. If you aren't careful enough to catch all the design flaws before putting a car into production, you may wish you had gone into software design instead. Why? Well, if your word processing program is buggy, you can distribute a patch, and you're not likely to get sued. Of course, it doesn't just stop at building the thing. As anyone who owns a beta VCR can tell you, having a superior product
A
doesn't
beta
always
VCR,
guarantee
that's
you'll come out on
true.
top. You've got to persuade the suckers or customers to sink their hard-earned cash into your product. To
A
do so,
pro
you have to market your
Betamax
design effectively.
statement here on
Try to sell
Interactive
that swanky little
Entertainment.
convertible as the family
I'm
car
also pro
and real
Betamax,
quickly,
but,
so your
you
hard-earned
know.
profits run down the drain. Some
Just
of
gonna
those
compete,
excess
just gonna
profits
compete.
Can be reinvested in research and development. Spending money on R&D lets you build cars that are faster, cheaper, safer, and a whole bunch of other errors that all translate into one thing: more cars
If
sold and a
Betamax wasn't
wider profit
superior,
margin.
I think it was
We'll be
cuter.
right
I
back.
can't describe
You've
it.
seen his
Oh,
games.
hold on.
You've played out his fantasies.
Remember
now
him?
Listen to what he
He's
has
back
to say.
again.
Lord British talks to
Come on,
IE.
come on. Now
Check
let's
it out
begin.
on the features section
Lord
in the main
British.
menu or the interactive interview section in the table of
I just
contents.
thought the Betamaxes were cuter, and
You have what it takes to save Earth using only your
I'm
wits,
gonna
skill,
say
and
another
trusty
very
sidearm.
Alex thing.
Check out Corridor 7, the hot new action thriller from Capstone, and find out.
Betamaxes look
You against the
tastier,
aliens in
okay?
this fully
They're
playable
just
demo
they're
located
smaller,
under install
and you
demos
can
off
just
the main
like
menu.
it look like you can chomp them in half.
And now, back to Interactive Entertainment.
As in the real world, you don't have a monopoly in your field.
My
Other car companies will be
dad
snapping
would
at your
tape a
heels
lot of the old
continuously.
Disney
Relax your
Channel
vigilance
with a
for single
Betamax,
year, and you
so
may find that
we
you
had
can
like
drop
just
to
a
the
huge
back of the
stack
pack, never
of
to
like
reclaim leadership in the
1985
automotive industry.
Disney
Impressions
Channel
has,
in the
impressed us with its
in the
economic
house
strategy
that like
games
was
before.
there for
Detroit appears to have
friggin'
had the
ever.
same energy and careful attention to detail invested in it as games like Airbugs. Hopefully, Detroit will be another winner, and we'll all be able to divert thousands of hours of our lives into developing the next Corvette, or perhaps the next Edsel.
I want to make the next Pinto. Genesia.
Say, are you tired of burying those politically incorrect aggressive social tendencies? Well, then you might be a perfect candidate for Genesia, which rewards mean, nasty behavior and sends polite wimps packing in rapid fashion.
Wha-
This PC release has a very European flavor, as it was designed by Microids of France and distributed by UK's Mindscape. Okay, here's the deal. As is so often the case in real life, Genesia begins with a tale of misguided love. The prince of the land, no doubt blinded by lust and letting Mr. Winky do the thinking for him, ripped off 7 sacred jewels from the tomb of a local god to give to a treacherous girlfriend. Well, this pissed off the gods, who let loose their wrath and completely trashed Genesia. That's where you and your 2 opponents, all descendants of this lovelorn horny prince, come in. If somebody can fork up the missing jewels, the gods will chill and Genesia will become a safe place to hang out again. We're going to hear the word tubular in here somewhere. I can just feel it. You can end this
The
game
Mission, the
one of
official
2
game
ways.
based
If
on the
you're into
Nike
skullduggery,
TV
you can
advert.
try to
Sounds
close out
great.
your opponents by building an espionage network capable of recovering the 7 sacred jewels that are scattered throughout the land. If you favor the more direct, manly approach, you can try to wipe out your adversaries by capturing their turf, wiping them out in a war, or, if you're a yuppie puppy, ruin them financially. For inspiration, just think back to the 80s. Either method requires a lot of work because you're starting from ground zero. You're given a plot of land, 4 settlers, and 4 huts. Your job is to manage your people in a
This is
fashion
just
that will allow you
Populous.
to quickly develop your economy.
You just
Each
did a
turn represents a
Populous.
season, and you'll soon discover that
You
the
just did a
productivity of your
Populous,
citizens
but try to
varies
make a
greatly
Family
as the
Guy.
year
What is
progresses.
this?
At the beginning, your settlers are a friendly, versatile lot.
We
who will
need
gladly do
wood.
anything you ask
Or a
them
fake
to. That
Populous.
flexibility is important,
Yeah, horny
since you'll be
Populous.
asking
Who
them to do
wants that?
everything from farming to fighting. As life wears on, your people age, get sick, stoned, or simply get tired of pushing a plow over the same old plot of land. Their morale
Have
drops,
mercy,
making
we
your
are
job
dying
more
of
and more
hunger.
difficult.
No.
Keeping the peace in your neck of the woods will help build the local population. Happy settlers spend their time creating kids who grow up and enter your service. Also, wandering nomads will settle on your land if life
Hey,
is
let's
good.
hang the
However,
captain.
the nomads will give you wide berth if they notice that the locals are screaming for your neck. Once you've started building your economy, you have to start inventing things to do things to other people with. Your inventors don't know any shortcuts and need to take a number of intermediate steps before they can come up with anything useful like
Look at that
bullets,
skill
swords, or a
tree.
cannon that can blast the bejesus out of anything in the immediate area. When the time comes to take on your opponents, you can turn your settlers into soldiers. Since
Okay.
happy soldiers do a better job of killing, your army's
This game
effectiveness
is
can be determined by
Genesia.
your troops. Also, if your inventors and blacksmiths have done a good job of designing your weapons, you'll be in a better position to defeat your adversaries. Genesia is an interesting mix of a couple different styles of gameplay. At the beginning,
It's got
you're
a
more of an
disease
administrator
meter.
than a warrior, since you won't
You
get
always
to
gotta
burn, so you
love a
build
game with a
sturdy
disease
economy and
meter.
supply your troops. If you do that well, you
Disease
can throw away your briefcase
meter.
and start waving
My
your
current
saber
disease
around as you
meter
lead
is
your
1.
army against those ungrateful relatives who are trying to beat you to the family
It's on
jewel.
Steam. Cool.
Currently, Genesia is unavailable in the
Thank
US.
you, Louise,
but
for the
plans are for the
follow.
game to be released here on CD-ROM this summer under the title Ultimate Domain. Look for a full review of the US release in an upcoming
I would think
episode
low
of
disease
IE.
would be good. But high disease could be good as well. Alright, time for Harvester. A very, very edgy game.
At a time when most game companies are shying away from violence, Merit Software is following the bloody trail blazed by pioneering efforts like Doom and Mortal Kombat with Harvester. The designers of the game have announced that Harvester will be the most graphically violent game yet. And the
Yeah,
first
Harvester's
horror
kind
game
of having a
really
moment
intended to
lately. I've
horrify.
heard it being brought up a
Harvester features
lot.
locations which have been modeled using Lightwave. This gives it an almost photorealistic look. Play this game late at night, and when the blood spurts, you may find yourself recoiling from the screen. Harvester's story owes its heritage to writers like Stephen King and Shirley Jackson, and filmmaker David Cronenberg. At first, everything seems serene in the happy little town of Harvest, but it quickly becomes clear that things are anything but what they seem. You
Oh.
awaken in Harvest with no memory of who you are or what you're doing there. June Cleaver from hell here claims to be your mom, but you seriously doubt her. The only person you remember at all is Stephanie, your girlfriend, and she's having the same problem with amnesia that you are. Although the
Can I
rest
show
of
that?
her
I
appears
guess
to be
I
pretty
don't have
sound.
a choice.
The gameplay is divided into 2 stages. In the first half, you wander around the town of Harvest, talking to the peopleoids that inhabit it,
Harvest
trying to figure out
High.
what's happening to you. At some point in the game, you make a grisly discovery. Stephanie has disappeared, and at the same time, a human skull and spinal column is found on her bed.
Ew.
Or has she been kidnapped and taken to suffer some darker fate? The only clue is a black embossed invitation found on her pillow. Taking your direction from the invitation, you head for the mysterious lodge, where the second part of the game begins. On seeing the invitation, the gate.
Yeah, I guess this is just spoiling the
You
entire
explore the interior
game.
of the lodge, fighting horrible creatures with axes, baseball bats, and your bare hands to try and discover what happened to Stephanie.
Come in.
Okay. Actually,
Perhaps
no,
the
this is
plot,
too
user
spooky.
vision, and published
Ooh,
narrative
it's a
daring to
mega
do something
church.
different, and tackling subject matter previously considered too adult. If the early material we've seen from Harvester is any indication, the game itself will be visually stunning. This, combined with its intriguing storyline, may make Harvester a game not to be missed this summer. Check out the design notes by Gilbert Austin by choosing full text from the pop-up menu, and tune in to an upcoming episode of IE for an inside look into the
Let's look at full text. Oh man, look at this. This is a lot. This is Oh my gosh, there's I ain't got the time for this, but I do not have time to go through all of this, but it's if you want to know a lot about Harvester, look up Interactive Entertainment issue 01 for a ton of info. A ton of info. Just I've got a tight stream to do, so man, hold on, before we go, I want to see what other fonts they have. Just Courier and Times. I was hoping for Minmo, but I guess not. That's cool though. Interactive Entertainment 01 has some full design notes on
Making of
Harvester.
We'll be right back after
Aw,
these
man,
messages.
another ad.
Microprose has done
Hey,
it
it's
again.
XCOM. Remember
This
them?
time it's XCOM, their newest strategy game featuring tactical level combat. Look under the Install Demos section of the main menu. Magic Candle was one of the best role-playing games of its time. It has a fantastic plot and gameplay
I
that
like
will
the
make you
guy
think you're
though.
playing a
That guy
real
looks
pencil and
cool.
paper
That's a
game
cool
on
little
your
demon
computer.
guy.
Look in the main menu under Install Demos for the complete game, or check out our article under the Features section in the main menu.
And now, back to IE.
Let's check out Inferno.
Studley Heroes and Evil Villains.
Studley
leaks great
Heroes!
to CD-ROM
Ooh.
this spring when Ocean Software releases Inferno, a new space fantasy game from Digital Image Design. The game, DID's sequel to Epic, was put together with a fine eye for detail and includes a soundtrack that's good enough to listen to without the accompanying video. The 3D animation of Inferno's
Oh, yeah,
characters
looks,
takes the
looks
characters
super.
from the favorite horror comic books you read as a kid a couple of steps further, then allows you to move them around. The attention to detail is greatly enhanced by the soundtrack composed by Alien Sex Fiend, yes, that's their name, that takes full
Alien
advantage
Sex
of the
Fiend,
superior
huh?
sound
Alien
offered by
Sex
the
Fiend and
CD-ROM
Studley
format.
Heroes. If
Inferno
that...
is your basic humans
Okay,
versus
that's a little
aliens
Studley,
battle,
I
and the
guess.
comic
Look
book
at
attitude
that.
carries over into how the
Look at that
characters look.
six-pack.
Your hero might have stepped directly out
Six-pack
of
looks like
Central
speed
Casting,
bumps.
A tough-looking blonde guy who looks as though
Like,
he
you could
use
just
it to
ride... It
stop
looks like
bullets.
a skate park
Even the
track. You
evil
just ride
aliens
your
raise
dirt bike
ugly
over
to a
them.
whole
Boom,
new
boom,
level.
boom, boom.
The game's designers say they were given a lot more time to work on Inferno than its predecessor, Epic, and claim to be much happier with their second effort.
Cool.
Inferno's graphics and sound are superior, and the game world is much larger than the one in Epic. Carrying the comic book theme one step further, Inferno will include a comic that introduces all of the main characters of the game as part of its instruction manual. Unlike most comics, the bad guys aren't defeated, setting the stage for you to finish them off when you actually start playing the game. The space war in Inferno takes place on 7 different planets, and there are
7 different planets.
The takeoff sequence that was part of the preview is
I won't lie,
indication
this is a nice
traveling from world to
aesthetic.
world in this game
Very,
might be
very
more fun
Virtual
than the battles
Boy.
themselves. Alien Sex Fiend's musical score sounded so good, you might be tempted to turn off the video and simply listen for a while. The video included subtitles so you can keep up with the conversations, but
Okay.
the characters will be able to talk in the full version. A number of familiar action-adventure titles are making the jump to CD-ROM. If the final version lives
What
up to the promise
is
of
that
the
lady
preview, the heat
wearing?
generated by Inferno could reduce the competition.
These graphics, man. Okay, that's fine. That's fine. MechWarrior 2.
If you haven't heard of MechWarrior 2 by now, how do you hear about this CD mag? Since you have heard of it, you must also know that it isn't out yet, even though it was originally scheduled for release back when your parents were dating. I recently had a very illuminating phone conversation with Kelly Schmack, lead designer of MechWarrior 2, an all-around excitable boy. He set me straight on a number of
All
issues,
around
including
excitable
what the
boy.
game's going to
That's
be
like
when
something
it's
I would
finished, why it
say.
isn't here yet, and the extreme importance of verbally abusing your modem play buddy. A demo disc for MechWarrior 2 has been available since Winter CES in January. It's a good point of reference if you have no clue what the game was going to be like, but it's a very primitive version of the game. In fact, almost all of the impressive stuff that will appear in the final version was absent from the demo. The reason it's taking so long to be released is the vast
Who here is an
effort to
all-around
create a
excitable
3D
boy?
engine that runs this real-time first-person battle simulation. Unlike the demo, the final game is going to be a lot more than just point towards a moving thing and shoot it. Say hello to 100 tons of raw.
Oh, I love it.
Is, of course, the mech.
I want to poke it.
Well animated, but simple.
Maybe
in
push it
design.
over and it can
Soon
just
they
like
will look
flop.
Well animated and staggeringly complex. The mechs were modeled on a Mac and then dumped into 3D Studio for full rendering. At the highest graphic detail setting, the finished mechs will be comprised of up to 350 polygons each. Advanced texture mapping will add a large amount of surface detail. and will
Okay,
get
those
rid
are
of that blocky
some
look
good
that
surface
polygon
details. They're
based games like
lines.
40 boxing from being big hits.
I shouldn't be
Few
mean. I
experiences in the
love these
gaming world can
games.
compete with climbing into
Not
the
playing
cockpit
them,
of one of
but
these skyscraper-sized
their
behemoths,
existence delights
except getting
me.
your ass knocked into orbit by a hostile mech.
I want my ass
Planetary
knocked into
information
orbit. I
feed,
want my
while
ass right next to
informative,
me.
was useless in the demo. Not true anymore. One of the
Land
most
Smoke
impressive
Jaguar.
elements
No,
of the
thank
finished game
you.
will be the inclusion of different planetary types, which will vary extensively in both terrain and
I will
gravity.
not smoke out of the
Trying to climb
Jaguar.
to
That
an
thing is
abrupt
full
stop
of
on a
noxious
tundra world
fumes.
will put your mech into a sickening slide, while landing after a jump in wetter climbs can bury your vehicle to the waist in mud. Like John Lovitz once said, it's not the size of your planet that counts, it's how you use it. In the demo, there were just 2 mechs, yours and your opponent's. The final version will feature many different designs, and expansion discs are planned. These discs will even include a few mechs that walk on all 4s, for those of you who suffer from Empire Strikes Back complex.
I
Consider that
kind
there
of
can be
do, but I
maximum
wish you wouldn't
10
make fun
mechs
of
in
it. It's a
Battlefield
serious
at once,
complex.
and that each of them can be made up of 350 polygons.
I'm
You begin to
hospitalized every day
understand
for
why
my
Tony
Star
Smack
Wars
described the game
complex.
as very machine
I have to get
intensive.
R2D2
The optimal machine
diffusions.
for this game is said to be 48666, or Pentium with local bus video, but a 48633 will also give you your money's worth. A fast graphics card will still help, though, since the 3D game engine relies on the computer video card for about 30% of its workload.
That's
If
a
you've
lot
been
of
putting off
workload.
that system upgrade, take a tip from Activision and do it now. In this game, you will be fighting for the honor of your clan, so you better not screw up. The power struggle between these feudal groups adds a role-playing feel to the game, making it more than a loosely
role-playing
thrown
feel,
together
okay.
series of battles. If you get too close to the
The
mech on
real
battlefield,
role-playing
you can even
feel.
see its clan logo, but don't count on getting that close. These things are designed to hit hard and from far away, so if you take too long admiring the graphic beauty of the mech you're facing, you'll have all of eternity to admire its equally stunning destructive power. Many expectant gamers have felt like this over the past few months. It
Expectant
seems Activision keeps
gamers.
saying, just a little while longer. It's almost ready now. Really? Trust me. Yes, MechWarrior 2 has gone through a frustrating series of delays, but all will be forgiven when the public is blinded by the light at the end of this very long tunnel. According to Mr. Informed Source, the majority of delay time has been spent creating animation for each mech, a chore even Hercules would have winced at. Each
We're
mech
still
has
on
its
issue
own
1.
animation
We're
for
just going to be
every
going
action it
through.
takes
I don't
place.
think we have enough time for all of
Down,
issue 1. I'm just going to
up,
stream for a
firing
couple
rocket,
hours.
Jumping, getting a limb blown off,
But
that kind of stuff. Picture
we're going to
14
go through
people
as much of it
crammed
as
in
I
a room with a copy of
can.
3D
I
Studio
think we're
and
just
a
going to
stack
finish the
of pen
previews
keys
and then
up
move on to the
ceiling.
video.
And you've got the right
But we're
idea.
almost done with the
We'll be
previews.
right back after these messages.
Hold on,
Do
messages.
you have what it takes to save Earth using only your wits, skill, and your trusty sidearm?
No.
Check out Corridor 7, the hot new action thriller from Capstone, and find out. It's you against the aliens in this fully playable demo located under Install Demos off the main menu. If you're looking for a fast-paced game with some
Capstone
serious
kicks
graphics
ass.
and gameplay like you can only get in the arcades, look no further. Raptor is here. Check out the shareware version of Raptor in the main menu under Install Demos.
And now, back to IE. AI routines for the computer-controlled mechs have been given
I
a
like
great
the
deal of attention in
background with the
design
purple and the
process.
blue.
Although getting your tailpipe blown off by your computer would be enough to make this a great game, Activision has gone one step further and included modem play as well.
Oh,
A recent
modem
addition to
play.
this constantly evolving game is support for the new AT&T modem, which allows you to maintain a voice link with your friend while battling head-to-head over the phone lines.
Hey, they got team chat. They have team chat.
Master support a control system. Screaming at your buddy in real time as he launches a rocket in your face is a lot more rewarding and more convenient than using a typical chat window. The wait is almost over, and the end result keeps looking better and better. MechWarrior 2 promises to be a real powerhouse of a game, and it may well become the first release ever to induce players to buy a complete set of Thrustmaster controls just for one game. Featuring amazingly intricate graphics and a revolutionary 3D game environment, MechWarrior 2 has all the makings of a mega hit. Patience, Grasshopper. Soon you will have big toys to play with.
Lady, what the fuck? Okay, we're looking at Outpost.
That great big meteor is getting closer, but so is Sierra's solution. Outpost will be one of very few products ever to base a space strategy game around factual science. This hard science fiction game will let you continue the species after the Earth's destruction by creating a space ark capable of transporting a few humans to a distant star system and building a colony.
Anybody
An
played this
interactive
game? I've
demo
never heard of
game
this
in
one
progress
before.
has now been released, so it's time to take a closer look at the most
This game was
ambitious
really
strategy game
rushed. It
ever
kind of
to
looks
miss a
like
release
it.
date.
Not very
The first
good?
stage of the
Okay.
game will involve sending out long-range probes.
This was
Somewhere out
called
there,
the
there's a
worst
planet you
PC
can
game of
use,
all
but
time by
first you
Computer
have to find
Gaming
it.
World.
The odds of
Wow!
finding an Earth-type planet are extremely
How
long.
bad
You
is
probably have to
this?
settle for a rock that's about as
Why?
inviting as Tammy Faye Baker on a bad hair day. If you want to know more about this phase of the game, you'll have to wait for the full release version. Once you've found somewhere to go, you'll have to build a way to get there. Your mothership will have to include all the equipment necessary to build your colony, sustain it for a while, and defend it from stellar badness like meteor showers.
Okay.
On top of everything else, you'll have to save room for
Things
some
in the
elements.
manual simply
Once
did
it's
not
put
exist in the
together,
game.
somebody's gotta operate all
Wow.
this crap. The demo bypassed this stage of the game as well, skipping straight to the construction of the colony. Here's where the demo kicks in. Once your mothership arrives in orbit around the chosen planet, it launches a seed factory to begin construction of your new home. In the full game, you'll have a choice of 3 landing sites, but the demo is limited to 1. Mineral deposits in your area are indicated by red dots on the overhead map.
Okay.
Anyone who has ever played a resource management game knows to build where supplies are plentiful. So I landed within spitting distance of a prospective mining site. A couple of turns after the seed factory lands, it generates a command control station. Think of it as a futuristic city hall. This will be the focal point of your colony. Clicking on this structure will generate a report.
I wish
of
my
how your
city hall
colony
looked
is
like
doing
that.
once you have a colony to report on. At
Instead, the
this point,
city
you can
hall in
send out
Austin is just kind of
robo-dozers to make
blocky.
nice
I like it
places to
though,
put
but
buildings
it's not
in,
as cool
robo-diggers to carve
as
underground
a
tunnels
as a
in which you can place
mechanical
structures
item
too
from an
delicate for the
extremely
planetary surface,
famously buggy
and
game.
robo-miners to capitalize on all that wonderful ore waiting to be depleted. Traditionally, strategy games have never been at the forefront of graphic beauty. In this respect, Outpost will be a true pioneer. It's not even finished yet, and it's
Like, well, the
best
graphics look
3D
good.
studio-rendered
Do you like
ships,
that?
droids,
Do you like
and
the
structures
graphics?
I've ever seen. The final version promises to have even more ships and oodles of eye-popping animation. Maybe other
Yeah, they're
publishers should
talking
take a tip
about
from
the
Sierra
demo
and start
version,
putting out
and I
CD-ROM
assume
games
they
that run
just
under Windows
assumed
with
that the game was
high-resolution
going to get
graphics.
better, and it probably
Usually when
did
a
not.
game's visuals are this impressive, I begin to worry that the designers may have forgotten to put a game
Even
mode.
LGR
In
thinks
the
this
case
game
of
is bad.
Outpost,
Wow,
the
this game
is
must
so
suck
huge, I just hope all
ass.
its parts come together into a playable whole game. A few turns later, it's time to do some building. I made a smelter to turn ore from my soon-to-be mine into usable stuff, deployed a robo-digger to create an underground level, installed a solar power receiver because electricity is good, and created a chat facility which produces breathable air that is pumped through all your
Oh
colony
man, the
structures. Not
Irvine,
long after
yeah,
that, my
yeah,
mine
the
was
Irvine
established,
City Hall
and
is
I constructed a
crazy.
sewage treatment center and an agricultural dome to produce food. Maybe now I should build a place for people to live. Some structures are too frail to be built on the surface, so you must wait for your robo-digger to hollow out an underground level. The demo was limited to only one subterranean level, but more will be included eventually. Here I built 2 residential structures, a lab for the sake of science, and a factory to produce luxury goods. There's not much
Ooh,
for
luxury
colonists to do on this
goods.
rock, so some bowling shoes and some whoopee cushions will be needed to keep morale up. Same as on Earth, if they don't like you, they won't want to work for you. Pesky damn humans. Like in SimCity 2000, some structures
Wow,
become a sort
y'all
of
are saying this is
self-contained
really
simulation.
bad,
A good
but
example of
this
is
is
the
guy's
factory.
comparing it to
Once it
SimCity
starts producing, you must
2000.
give it consistent
So it
attention,
can't be
telling it
that
what to
bad.
produce, making sure it is well stocked with resources, repairing damage, and performing other sim-like tweakings. This dynamic model was not fully in place in the demo, but it's little details like that that keep me squirming in my seat until the day the full game hits the shelves.
Squirming
Remember I told
in
you
my
that the
seat,
command
huh?
control station could generate a report of your outpost's condition? Well, here it is. In a simulation that is as complicated as Outpost promises to be, you're gonna need reports, and lots of them. I was disappointed to find out that the demo doesn't really allow the colony to change and evolve. No matter how many residences I built, no matter how many luxury items I stockpiled, my population and morale stayed the same. I guess that's why the disc I was toying with is called a demo instead of a game. The demo only
Oh, I
lets you
think
play
this
for
guy may be
50 turns.
disappointed when the
After
full
that,
game
a
comes
large
out.
meteor that doesn't give a tinker's damn about the future of mankind comes along and turns your beautiful colony into so much space mush. Had you been playing the full game, you could have prevented
Sorry.
this by including a meteor defense satellite in your mothership. It's just as well, though, since after you place all the structures available, there's really nothing you can do. This demo is a real tease. It almost lets you play the game, but backs off at the last minute. I loved everything the demo allowed me to do, and now I'm more desperate than ever to play the full version. Come on, Sierra, get it out the door. I'm starting to get hot flashes here. Everything of Outpost I've seen so far looks phenomenal. I just hope the game doesn't crumble under its
Wait,
own weight. Ellen once said,
hot
"I've got
flashes?
all the little details worked out. Now,
He's
if I can
going
just
through
come up with the
menopause?
main
I don't
points,
get
I'll really
the-
have something. If Sierra pulls this one off, if all of Outpost's features
I'm
gel
confounded
into
by
a
the
solid
metaphor.
game, we'll be looking at a true masterpiece, a game with the potential to totally redefine its genre. Until that judgment day, I'll be keeping an ear to the ground and an eye to the stars.
And now for a word from our sponsors.
Better not be
From
about
the
this.
creators
Oh,
of
hey,
Populous
theme park.
comes Theme Park. If you've ever wanted to manage an amusement park, this is
Yes.
your chance. Check out the demo under Install Demos at the main menu.
Okay. A clip. Hey, we need to subscribe.
Forget reading. Subscribe to IE.
12
episodes,
issues,
only
$59.
$59.
How much was that by
Call
today's
now.
dollars? Probably like 100
And
something.
now, back to IE.
All right, we got a few more of these left, and then we're going to be moving on to the video. And then I think I'm going to show off the reviews of interactive entertainment in my next stream, because I am going to stream next week as well. So let's look at Theme Park.
There are 2 types of people who visit amusement parks: those who ride the roller coaster and those who get airsick on the merry-go-round. Coming this summer from Electronic
But-
Arts, courtesy of Bullfrog, those wacky Brits who brought us Populous and Syndicate, is Theme Park, a game to give you roller coaster fans out there a chance to indulge in your deepest, darkest fantasies.
No,
Or you can take the charge of running not just a
no.
ride, but an entire park. Consisting of much more than mere ride designs, the premise of theme park is that your rich aunt has died and left you an obscene amount of money. There's a catch, of course. Since rich aunts are inevitably senile, you'd like to grab the cash and party hardy. But the will specifies that you must use her legacy to design, build, and run the world's ultimate theme park. There's a lot of work involved before you can kick
My
back
deepest,
and welcome
darkest
happy
fantasy
admission-paying
would be
customers
to
your creation.
redo
In addition to choosing
Disney's
site for your
Pleasure
park and
Island,
building it from the
but
ground up,
just
you'll have
being
to
like,
deal with your
no,
employees,
it's
your
all
competitors,
nudie
and
bars
most
now.
frightening of all,
We got a
your
topless
bank
steakhouse,
When choosing a site for your
topless
park, you can take the easy way out and locate
pizza
on a flat
joint,
field near a major city. Or you
topless
can opt for a challenge. See if you can figuratively sell refrigerators to
souvenir
Eskimos
stand.
by building in the Arctic tundra. Once you've chosen the site, you start building. You can work with the terrain that
We'll
you've
do
been
some,
given,
you know what?
or
I'm
do your
also,
own
I'm tired of
landscaping by adding
topless. Let's do
trees and
bottomless as
lakes
well.
and fences and fountains and lamps. All of this costs money, of course. Paths must be laid out to lead your customers to your rides.
Be very careful
attractions,
at the
and shops.
bottomless churro
Rides
stand.
themselves must have an entrance with a queue to suck people in. And of course, when folks are done riding, the giant cyclone of death, don't forget to show them the egress. As you progress in theme park, you are given more and more attractions to choose from. Many of the additional rides are design your own, allowing you to vary the height and number of turns until you've come up with
Yeah,
something
doesn't
that
she
only a
sound like there is a
reckless
bit
10-year-old
of
would dare to
disgust in
ride.
this woman's voice that
After
I
you finish building
respect?
your park, you have to hire people to run it. Hire as cheaply as you can at the start because your workforce will demand more money if you become successful in the future. It's important to hire enough employees. If you try to save money by scrimping on personnel, the park won't run smoothly. And your
Yeah, that's
customers
true
will
in real
abandon
life
you.
too.
If that happens, the park will fail, and your aunt's lawyers will hound you until you join her 6 feet under. Once you resolve
they'll
all of these
kill me?
problems and open up for business, you have to start worrying about the outside
I'm
world.
gonna die
Closing
in
your park
there's a
or
way to
trading on the open
die in
market,
theme
which
park
means
where
a
they
mistake
kill
on your
you?
part results in the business losing value. Also, there are no less than 40 other
They
theme
should
parks
kill
in
me.
there,
They
and many
won't
of
kill me.
their
No,
owners
they need
apparently
to.
learned their ethics at the Michael Milken School of Business. It's important to keep your eye on your competition. Since the only
I
way
haven't
you can
played a lot
fulfill
of
your
theme
aunt's
park. I just
dying
went straight to
wish
Roller
and get
Coaster
on with your own
Tycoon.
life
I
is
just
to build
jumped
your
right
park
over
to
this
the point that
iteration
it's
of
ranked first
theme
in
park
6
building.
different categories. If you've ever been to Six Flags or Disney World and thought,
Oh,
theme
they
park
don't
will
kill
give you the chance to put
you.
your money where
Oh,
your
I
mouth
see. You
is.
jump out a
We'll
window.
let you do absolutely
Okay.
everything involved in running an
The
amusement
hog
park,
of
from
presidents.
designing the
We,
rides to placing
I
them
am so
to the
glad
park's
I'm
schedule
streaming
to the price of hot
this.
dogs. If the final version includes all of the elements hinted at in early betas, it should give you roller coaster junkies a doorway into a realm where there are no merry-go-rounds allowed.
Okay. Let's see. We already saw the Under the Killing Moon intro. Article in the intro. So let's check out Wizard.
What do you get when you mix Ultima Underworld, Shadowcaster, Hired Guns, and Eye of the Beholder all into one game? The answer? Wizard, the new role-playing game from Psygnosis.
That is
As
such
you can see,
a
the graphics are very
generic-
similar to Underworld and Shadowcaster,
generic. That's
allowing you to turn your view
Wizard.
360 degrees in a first-person perspective.
okay. Renamed Hex.
In my
Okay, good,
opinion,
good.
the scrolling was among
Bob,
the
thank you
fastest
for letting
I've
me
ever
know
seen,
because that
with no
actually, I
slowdown
was
or
actually starting to get a
jerkiness
little
during large
ornery about
battles.
that. I'm like, you
The
can't name your
copy that
game
I
Wizard.
played was not a full game,
Hey, I
but a
like that
playable
guy.
demo
Who are
with 2
they?
levels to explore.
Do they want to be
As
on
I
my
booted up
stream?
the game, I received 4 players to work with: a ranger, an assassin, a wizard, and a warrior, each of whom had their own weapons and equipment. There was no character generation to play with, but from the characters they gave me, it could be interesting in the final game. The spells that you can use are quite extensive and unique. You have 4 different books of spells to work with, each book containing at least 5 or so spells. You can use the spells by
Yeah, this
clicking
looks
the right
fine.
button on the
I
screen,
would
or
try
clicking on the
this.
crossed swords, which lets everyone in your party attack at once. In my opinion, in order for a role-playing game to be fun, it must have a decent auto map.
Oh,
Fortunately,
we
Wizard
have the
does.
same opinion,
The
dude.
interface
You
for
and
switching
I,
levels is done well,
same
and
hat.
you can
Love
actually
that.
tell where you are with a pleasant graphic representation of the dungeon shapes. Unlike some other games from the same genre. Hint, hint, Origin. Even though this was just a playable demo, the graphics
Guy's gonna
are
beat up
nice,
Lord
and the
British.
smooth scrolling is almost perfect. This is probably the most promising game I've seen from Psygnosis since Lemmings was brought out. Wizard is being released in the UK, but there are no firm dates yet as to when we can expect it here in the States. I'd say that anyone who likes real-time role-playing games should keep their eyes peeled for Wizard's arrival sometime in the future.
Okay, so like I said, we saw Under Killing Moon earlier, but that is all the previews on this disc. We still have the reviews and how many reviews there are here? Oh yeah, we don't have enough time for this today, but oh my god, look at all of these. So I will be coming back to this either this week or next week, probably next week. And we're going to be going through the reviews and the hints and tips. So do look forward to that. Let's get out of here. All right, goodbye, Doonesbury. The thinking man's Windows 98 theme. Okay, so I'm going to take a quick break, and when we come back, we will be watching. Actually, did I call it Home and Family? Yeah, Home and Family. Is it Home and Family? Yeah, Home and Family episode from June 1996. So do look forward to that, and I'll see you in about 10 minutes. I'm back, and it is now time to watch Home and Garden. Folks, not Home and Garden. I marked it as Home and Garden. It's Home and Family from June 1996. This I found this is on archive.org. It's under a kind of tape compilation entry. And according to the archivist who archived this on archive.org, this tape was found in a trash bag. And there's a few other things on this tape. There's a Lynette Jennings home improvement show, which is very normal. There's some SNL, and there's a couple parts of The Stand. But the best part is this episode of Home and Family. And it was a show on the Family Channel back in 1996. Actually, it started in 96 or so. And yeah, it's I don't know how to describe this other than a lot of things go wrong, and it's just watch. Also, this includes commercials, so.
Home improvement plan. Call now for a free in-home estimate on a Kenmore air conditioning system. State-of-the-art engineering means greater energy.
Oh, the nature sounds are still going. Hold on. There's still birds chirping in the background. Let's stop that.
Time, even pay for itself. Sears also offers fast emergency installation, a 5-year warranty on parts and labor, plus our satisfaction guarantee. And you know Sears will be there to back it up. Get 0% finance charge, no billing, no payments until September.
Will you call now?
Offer ends June 30th, so call now and save with Sears.
So what's the paper say about tomorrow?
Another scorcher.
Cool. Okay, we are in our backyard here. All right, the Universal Studios with Tony Danza and our Universal City tour. So, Chuck, take it away.
Tony was saying that he didn't
I
think
love
that
how low
kind of
quality
exercise
this
into it.
tape
I
is,
just
too.
thought, what about
I
contact?
showed
Okay,
this
no,
video
yeah. Hey,
on
what's your name?
the Discord, but I like this one very much.
I'm Rick, Tony, and I
Hi,
had a
Rick.
question for you. You know, Taxi was one of my favorites, and I was wondering is there ever going to be another reunion, do you know? Or a reunion?
Unfortunately, you know, I think they were a little less than ambitious when they did the reunion. I think, you know, what we should have done is had like a fantasy.
Yeah,
camp.
the show
like
has
baseball
rancid
camp.
vibes.
We
It's
come
really
back and for a
cool.
week we do an episode. And I
Yeah.
bet everybody would have come.
Yeah.
If you know, you get a, But unfortunately, they did this, you know, that the typical, we show some clips and then we reminisce, and it was kind of boring.
So it was a walk down memory lane.
It's too bad. Yeah, it's a walk down memory lane, which is kind of...
And there's Chuck
I think if we ever
Woolery,
do
who
Who's
left
the
the
Boss,
show,
I'm gonna
actually,
demand we do
in,
an episode. And what's interesting...
that over there. There we go.
What's
He left the
interesting
show
is
in
that Who's the Boss did 199
1997 or
episodes,
so.
then that would be the 200th episode. So that
That
was
would be
pretty good.
perfect. Well, how about Taxi, the movie?
Well, I don't think you... first of all, I don't think you can get everybody.
Should we do Taxi the
Taxi was
movie?
a
Yeah, this is
beautifully
No
written
Hat
sitcom.
Squad.
Yeah,
Sorry,
yeah,
everybody.
beautifully
The
written, the
best.
whole
I mean,
thing.
and you can watch it over and over and over, and you
The
still
thing
get
is,
laughs.
I
never
really
get
love
tired.
trash
Yeah.
TV.
Hey,
I
you know,
love
another
ephemeral
sitcom I said
TV
is
like
Wayne.
this,
Wayne's another
and
one
a
of
lot
those
of those
shows
morning,
like
like those
Carol.
afternoon
Who else got a
shows
question?
that
Anybody?
were really
sorry.
just
Hi.
made for
What's your name?
moms to just kind of
Hi, Carol.
watch and
Yes,
completely
Carol.
forget a minute later.
Show, both
Thank
of
you.
you. It's wonderful.
Thank you, Carol.
The
Yeah.
world should know.
This is also filmed at Universal Studios. Why?
You're terrific. You're terrific, Tony. We love you. And I'd like to know how
Yeah,
many
this is
children
literal,
you
like,
have.
yeah,
I
literal
have
trash
3
TV.
kids. I have an older son who's 25, and I have 2 little girls, Katie and Emily, who are 9 and 3.
Great.
Hardly looks like you have a 25-year-old, does it?
We love you, Tony.
Yeah, my son did Taxi. My son was in a couple of taxis when he was 7 and 8 years
You
old.
adopted him, right?
Yeah,
Are
I
you
adopted him on the show.
I mean, you adopted him on the
Same
show.
Big
Right.
Bean.
What's your name?
I quite often put on
Bobby
trash TV to
Bobby
sleep and
Blurowski?
to relax too. I
Bobby,
still
what's your
do.
question?
Tony,
Hi, Bob.
we'd all love to see you dance. Could you do a step for us?
Ooh.
Dance, 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 Tony. Dance for them, Tony.
Oh, yeah.
Tony, dance.
Oh, you don't have to
Dance,
move.
Tony.
No,
Tony.
right here. Let's see. It's
Go, Tony, go. Go, go, Tony. Tony.
You're very good at that.
You know, the thing that you got is when you can do that in crepe sole shoes.
Yeah, you gotta have
really
shoes, man.
That is really impressive. Okay, so we got to go to commercial?
Yeah.
Okay, gotta go
we're
to
gonna take a
commercial.
break. We'll be back. When we come back, we're going to be joining the LA Circus, and they're going to be joining us.
I just love this. It's not even the whole episode of Home and Family. It's only like about an hour of it. But they somehow got like one of the most chaotic hours of daytime TV I've seen. Would you watch this, chat?
April in Paris.
It's April in Paris. Would you watch that?
Family Channel.
I wouldn't watch it.
You know, aches and pains and fever.
Is this an Excedrin commercial?
But for headaches, I take Excedrin.
I knew it!
Because Excedrin relieves...
Excedrin commercials are always so serious.
How do I know that? Did I review the clinical research that proves it? No.
Yeah, you could tell this tape was found in a trash bag. I love
Tried
it.
Excedrin. It worked.
I love when tapes look junky.
That's the only kind of research that matters to me.
Oh no, there's definitely a clown. The clown is the same clown you see featured in the follow graphic when you follow me. Remember when it used to cost a lot of money to call people? And then cell phones happened? And then it was still a lot of money? And then it stopped being a lot of money? I like that it stopped being a lot of money.
That's the easy part.
But now calling people
The hard part is
sucks.
deciding who to call first. 39 cents a minute to Europe. That's your
Ooh.
true choice.
You should call Italy and be like, pizza.
The classic hits you remember. The love songs you cherish. Introducing the Light Gold Collection.
Ooh, light gold. Sounds like a cigarette brand.
Entertainment Weekly. This solid gold
Thank you, Elfbutt, for the follow.
chart-topping light rock hits. All compiled on 2 sensational CDs or 2 audio cassettes. Entertainment Weekly goes behind the scenes to bring you Hollywood's hottest stars.
Yeah, doll right down the center. CALLATT. Oh, what the fuck was that picture of Jim Carrey? He looked awful. Or was that Frasier? I don't know. So I guess we're getting light gold and Entertainment Weekly. Or entertainment. Whatever. I just... A lot going on here.
Today, and you'll save almost 70% on Entertainment Weekly, and you'll also get the Light Gold 2 CD set absolutely free. Call now.
This ride's gone. Rip. They replaced with a Simpsons ride. And rumors are they're going to replace the Simpsons ride with something else. Maybe SpongeBob. So here are the clowns. Do you like the clowns?
In our own backyard, along with Tony Danza. Take it away, Mr.
By the way, without being really patronizing, I mean, be a little bit patronizing, did I tell you he was the best guest Excuse me, I didn't mean to talk across you. No, I mean, he is the best guest. I've seen you on so many shows. You are the best guest.
Yeah, thank you.
The best. Oh, stop.
Yeah, that clown's pants are too big. Look at that. It's
First
ridiculous.
performers today are none other
Fix your
than
pants,
Toby
jerk.
and Ginky, the Wonder Dog. Take it away, guys. Here we go, Tony.
Kinky the Wonder Dog?
I have no idea what's going to happen.
Okay.
A dog
Here
that
we
beats
go.
the bull.
Oh, God, just toss that dog. Okay, it's fine.
Holy cow.
This dog won't do it without those ears. He has to have those ears on. All right, thank you, Toby. Next up, Chester Cable, Guinness Book of World Records. He's going to juggle a lot of things, including me. Am I going first? Oh no!
So this woman hates this, and she does not like doing this. She just literally screamed, which is pretty interesting.
Okay.
Most TV host presenters don't scream when they're told to do a bit.
Okay.
How much can you juggle? I mean, what's the weight?
The table's 130.
Okay.
You're
well.
safe.
I
You're safe.
I don't know about that.
Excuse me, we have no mic here.
Okay, all right. So I'm
Well, here, let me hold it.
This is running great, folks.
I hardly know where to put this mic. Here, would you hold this?
Completely smooth.
Here we go.
Okay, I'm going.
It's crazy.
Okay.
Sit on my shins.
Sit on your
Sit
shins.
on my shins.
Oh, okay,
This looks like last night at my house. That's another story.
Wait a minute. Oh, no. Okay.
Christina, you look great, Christina.
Hold my hand. Wait.
Gotcha. No, I've
Have you ever used the line "sit on my shins"?
You're not going to flip me.
Yeah, we're not.
Okay. Oh my God.
Relax, Christina.
Okay.
Relax.
Okay, I'm relaxed. Okay, I want down.
No, wait. Well, let him twirl you around and stuff.
No, you're not going to twirl me.
Say something nice about LA Circus.
I love the LA
And didn't she have a wonderful time, folks?
Didn't you make her go around on her rear end like that a little bit? Didn't you do that? Oh, well.
Chuck, don't. Stop it, Chuck.
Sit on my shins, yes.
All right, baby.
We'll take a break. When we come back, we're going to do something else. We're going to juggle some more, learn how to spin plates, and watch Chester Cable. We'll be right back.
You got nerves.
That was great. Now, that was great.
Ed Asner, Shannon Doherty, Dick Van Dyke, Ernest Borgnine, Helen Hunt, Leslie Nielsen, Bob Hope, in, I guess, Highway to Heaven on the Family Channel.
Hey, hi, how are you? I'm green and yellow, so you'll think I'm a Scotch Brite scrub sponge, but...
Boo, get off the stage. This is what this guy performs at Joe Rogan's Comedy Club in Austin. He is constantly there. That's his only place he can get a gig.
Scotch Brite has this innovative system of scrubbing fibers that helps Scotch Brite scour the toughest baked-on mess over 50% faster than any impersonator.
Hi, sorry, thank you!
Everyone wants to clean like Scotch Brite. Get the
Sometimes I wish someone would just drag me away with a big
innovation.
hook.
Before Jenny Craig, I could never do this. On Jenny Craig, I got to eat food 6 times a day. I didn't eat that often before I was on Jenny Craig.
Start losing weight.
Yeah, I wouldn't listen to a sponge at a comedy club because I would just assume they absorbed all their jokes from the competition. I like the Vlasic stork.
Tune up your tuna. Pike up your turkey. No fat and almost no calories. Awesome. So remember, pick a Vlasic. All flavor, no fat.
A lot of people want to know what makes Bush's baked beans taste so darn good. Roll that beautiful bean footage.
Hey,
Some
y'all
think
remember
it's
that
our
beautiful
specially
bean
cured
footage?
bacon, our
It's
fine
here.
brown sugar, or
That
our
bean
delicate
footage does
blended
look
spices.
delicious, I'm not going to lie.
But the real
It is
reason our
beautiful.
baked beans taste so good is the Bush secret family recipe, which I've shared with only one other soul, and he's not talking.
Roll that beautiful bean footage.
Uh-oh. Great tasting Bush's baked beans. No one bakes them better.
Beautiful beans.
Olive Garden's new Pronto menu for lunch.
Pronto!
Featuring our soup, salad, and breadsticks.
Oh, wow,
only
soup, salad, and
$4.95.
fucking
Just one of
Christ.
many delicious lunches now
I mean, I
served
can't
with your
eat
busy
breadsticks,
schedule in mind.
and
The
I
new
can't eat
Pronto
the
menu
salad
at the
because it's got
Olive Garden for
croutons,
lunch.
and I can't eat the soup because it's got pasta, but
How did
still a good
Hershey's
deal.
Kisses find the perfect place to live? It had their name written all over it. Little Hershey's Kisses.
Okay.
Big chocolate taste.
Larry Clark, magician. I hope you like card tricks.
With Tony Danza, our guest, and Chester Cable, the world
That kid, by the way, is Chuck Woolery's
He's going to
kid.
just do what he does. Go ahead, take it away,
If you
Chester.
pay attention, he gets lightly bonked on the head a few times. You may remember this from the follow screen. I miss daytime TV when it was just whatever. Daytime TV still exists, but they never have juggling clowns anymore. Yeah, they just chat now. They don't have... there's no freak stuff. Yeah, the kid is really bored. It's really funny.
Turn off this.
If you listen, you can hear them talking on their mic saying, turn off the mic.
Them doggies rolling.
The kid hates this, which is great. It's impressive is the thing. It is impressive. Like, this is very impressive juggling. I like how they gave the kid a hat. The kid keeps just bouncing the hat. Yeah, they tried to revive this show, and they did it for a while, but, you know, I think it wasn't this crazy.
Chester Cable, ladies and gentlemen, Chester Cable, yes. Now we're going to do something with, we're going to do something with something else.
World
The Guinness Book
record.
of World Records. You're not going to set one here today, are you?
Okay.
Stand back a few feet. Okay. Should we be? If we're out of the ring, we're down the hill. So.
Yeah, why revive this
Yeah,
if there's
right.
no circus?
I would get out of
Burger
the way of
King
this.
foot juggler. Here we go. Here we fucking go. Tony Danza is very worried. Also, look at how much the table almost hits the kid. And the host. Fucking go. See, like, Tony's trying to back up, but the thing is... Thank you, Nis. But the thing is, Tony Danza couldn't back up because they're on the top of a hill, and he was about to fall down the hill. Oh, my gosh. See, they're trying to get the kids to step back, but they can't step back any further.
I'm over here. You can't get me.
All right, here we go. Yeah, just tumble and crash into the ET ride. Okay, that's impressive. I can't do that. I'm gonna do something crazy here. Yeah, this is Universal Hollywood. Yeah, Universal Hollywood has it's all hill. It's crazy. I haven't been in a long time, but I do remember that if you're in a wheelchair at Universal Studios Hollywood, you'd have to go to a special area where a van would take you up the hill because there wasn't a wheelchair accessible way. They may have an elevator now.
We'll be back. We'll be back in just.
Sunday afternoon.
The Army expects you to behave like a gentleman.
Tony Curtis wins a Paris vacation.
Ooh, a Paris
The plane has
vacation.
orders to keep him in line.
I don't know if I'd watch this movie. It looks okay, but...
The Perfect Furlough, Sunday at 3 on the Family Channel.
Dishman here from the new Dish Network, bringing licensed fishermen everywhere better TV. Dan, you ever relax in front of the TV?
Oh, yeah.
I never relax in front of the TV. In fact, I hate the TV.
Watch television because I only get like 4 channels if the wind blows right.
Oh yeah, there's a lot of commercial breaks in this bad boy. But daytime TV is basically just a way to sell ad breaks, like the content be damned. No, oh!
Better TV does come
What?
on Dish Network.
Who, what, where, when, why? I earned a subscription badge. Is somebody subscribed?
Where do germs live that surround your...
Oh, I just got... Okay. I'm getting yelled at.
Scratch test.
What is this?
Toothed up by your gum line. We won't.
Twitch alerts? You're going crazy.
That film is plaque. It's a magnet for germs.
Okay, I guess I have the ability to get
advanced
subs, but
formula
folks,
Only
I
brand
haven't
more plaque before
set
you
up
brush, and thousands of germs
emotes yet.
Remove plaque and germs.
Yay,
with
thank
advanced formula
you.
plaque.
Thank you, Obscuratory, for the sub. Thank you so much. I'll be sure to actually make icons. Thank you. Thank you, Muware, for the follow. Yeah, okay. Yeah, I got monetized in the middle of the stream. Thank you, Neo0, for the 3-month sub. Thank you. I will have a better image instead of these stars. It'll be, I don't know. I gotta figure something good out. Thank you, Cyber Navjack, for the 6-month sub, and Itinerant Soldier for the 1-month sub. Thank you. And thank you, Felton Preparatio, for gifting a sub to the community. Goodness gracious. Thank you. Do you want off? Oh, I know what I should do for my sub alert. I know exactly what I should do. Oh, Sardoos, Danny, thank you. I should make it the You'll Call Now Sears thing, because I think people would really like that.
We're back at the LA Circus, and something else is Tony is now juggling. We got tables spinning around all over the place. Christina has been.
Yay!
Thank you. And now what are you guys going to do now?
Doing some plate spinning, and he's our professional plate spinner.
I don't need that one.
You all have founder badges. Congratulations. This.
Oh, I can do that.
Thank you, Faye Rager and Wastrel, for the sub.
Probably will. Okay, let me grab this, and I'm going to give you a plate.
Well, I promise next time I will have emotes for you. I didn't think I'd be monetized in the middle of the show. That's funny.
Chuck, you can have the big one because you're bigger than Christina, and then Christina, you can have that one, and this is not symbolic, Tony.
Okay.
Yeah, thank you for that.
I guess that's a dick joke.
Nice to be here. Yeah, really. I was gonna say,
Thank you.
And there's 3 things you got to know.
What's that?
Basically, potato mashing. Everyone go like this, potato mashing.
Yeah,
All
potato
right.
mashing.
And then egg whipping, and you got to be quick like that.
Whisking.
And then potato poking. Don't poke your eye out, Christina.
Potato poking.
Yeah. So he goes like
Watch
this.
the kid. He almost gets bonked. Like, I think he actually does get
And then
bonked.
you get it quick like that, and that's your egg. And then when you get it good like that, you can poke them, and then do other
Yeah, he
stuff.
got bonked.
Okay, like that. Whoa!
Poor kid.
So you can mash it.
Go ahead and see
He
that.
told me before. He told me, he said you won't
1
be able
second,
to do
folks.
That's right.
Watch it. I watch it. We can do it.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Michael.
He's mashing good. If you're a good masher, you're on your way to do
Thank you.
scrambling.
All right,
But you
all right.
can't have your eggs unless you know how to There you go.
You got to get mashing. Now she's got to go.
Hey!
Back. Just had to let the cat in.
Measurement. How do I get to the other?
There you
Now,
Okay.
straighten the stick up. This way.
How do you do this? Show her I can't do this.
The child is like, no, I'm staying away from these adults. They suck at this.
Why can't I get that thing going?
Okay, you know what we're going to do?
Yeah, the kid's just getting bonked all over the place. I feel for him. Like, obviously he's not hurt. These are just little plastic, but it's just like,
Go ahead,
sheesh.
everyone put it together, just like the Olympics. Put your hands on that one, and you got it all together. There
I
you
like
go.
that they couldn't spin the plate and they had to have the clown spin the plate for them.
Thank you, Tony. Thank you for coming on the show.
Thank you,
for being
Tony.
with us. Really appreciate it. Thank you. Tony Danza, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you, LA Circus, all you guys for joining us in the backyard. And we'll be back with more right after this. Stay with us. Thank you, Tony, for rubbing support.
Aristocraft, manufacturer of kitchen, bath, and home cabinetry, offers more than 40 different cabinet lines in a variety of styles and finishes. Nationwide, the first name in cabinetry
I do
is
like watching
Aristocraft.
old What Would You Do's, because, yeah, he does make fun of the show a
Provided by the
lot.
Sportsman's Lodge in Los Angeles.
Do you want to go to the
40 minutes from
Sportsman's
Universal
Lodge?
Studios. It's
I
the
don't.
favorite for many celebrities and guests alike.
I don't want to meet celebrities and guests alike.
Fam's Sunday night movie event.
Would you be available to do some work for me?
For a struggling young artist,
I've never worked on a scale this large.
it seemed like the chance of a lifetime.
It's just wonderful.
What is this?
A family's hidden past.
What was she like? She died that night.
From Hallmark Entertainment,
I am not your daughter.
Ellen Burstyn and Meg Tilly.
Is it too much to want a daughter who can love me?
Trick of the Eye.
Sunday at 7.
Never heard of that. Looks
Aches and pains
wild.
acting up again? Imagine 5 sets of massaging hands.
Oh,
all over
wow.
your body.
What?
Now
No.
enjoy Back Pleaser by
Maybe.
Homedics with 5
Maybe.
massaging motors.
I don't know.
Command
What
control
was
relieves
that?
neck,
Back
shoulder,
please.
lower back, buttocks, thighs, or any combination of the 5. Press the cycle button for massage waves up and down your body. Adjust the speed and strength. Slow and gentle to relax, or intense and fast to energize. Work seated, reclining, or lying down.
Pain in my back, gone.
I've considered one of those, but like they never really worked for me, I don't think.
I can't relax with
But
that.
if I'm at a store and they have them that you can sit in, I will sit in
Now
them.
order Back Pleaser for just 4 easy payments of $24.95. Order now, and we'll include your free car adapter. Get Back Pleaser with heat for just 1 extra payment of
Ooh, an extra payment for
$24.95.
heat.
Back Pleaser by Homedics, the massage system you'll use anywhere, anytime.
Call 1-800-522-3939 or send check or money order for $99.80 plus $19.95 shipping to the address on your screen. Michigan residents add 6% sales tax.
Michigan
Call
residents, you gotta add money.
1-800-522-3939.
Add a lot. You live in Michigan, you have to pay the $1 million Michigan tax. You hurt your back because you overused one of those before? Oh my goodness, I'm sorry. Yeah, it also has a vocal theme that you know is pretty good.
Spun and spooned and I mean it's
Spooned?
spooned and
Spoon?
spunned and wow.
Spooning out there?
Did you see me, Michael, up there? Did you see that guy juggle me? That was really something, don't you think?
Would you have liked to have done that?
No. They make me do everything. Okay. You know,
Did you hear? She's like, they make me do everything. She hates the show.
Contractor John
They do a
had
good job,
for
too.
4th of July. You know, I was able, for the 4th of July, I have a cover coming out this month.
A cover on a magazine?
Yeah, you know George, the magazine, the one that John F. Kennedy
You're on
Jr.
the cover of George?
I'm on the cover of George this month for 4th of July. Yeah, and I wanted you to share everybody the cover.
So they photoshopped her into George magazine. Do you remember George magazine, Chat? That was
And all you can hear me saying
that
is
was
like,
from one of the Kennedys. I forget which one.
it's like the
It was a political magazine,
they gave me,
and
though. Thank you.
it was kind of a big deal.
Oh, that's
I
funny.
I read like one. Yeah, it was a Fail Son magazine. Thank you. It was a Fail Son magazine. It was very famously so. Oh, I got a level 2 hype train mode.
Demi
It looks like was that corn?
I love it. Don't you ever wonder
Is that
if little
corn?
flies or animals are
Chat,
really trying
did
to
I just
give
put
you,
corn? Oh
a
no,
message and they expect to call
it's
up you and
bamboo.
you do
Okay,
that
that's
and kill
cool.
them?
I thought it
You
was
ever think
corn. I
about
got
that?
really excited.
Oh, okay.
I wish it was
thought-
corn. Corn is
I do.
delicious.
But I will from now on.
Yeah, I always think that they're trying
I'm
to
very
give us little
corn-pilled right
messages.
now. Actually, that's not
Maybe they
true.
want to ask for help or something. I don't know. Like, help me. I don't know why I thought of that. Maybe they want
There's
to
someone
give
in the
us a
background
note.
who's not supposed to be there.
What are you going to cook
Bye.
Today, I'm going into the kitchen. By the way, I wanted to thank Tony Danza. He was just an incredible guest.
Told you
And
he'd be a
yeah,
great guest.
yeah, he was fabulous. So thank you, Tony. Today, we're going into the kitchen. We're going to make eggplant parmesan. Now, most people think when you make it, there's a lot of fat because you actually have to fry the eggplant in oil. We're not doing that. It makes a great great food to take on a picnic.
She's
for 4th of
announcing as
July.
good as
It's
I
really
do. That's
cold.
cool. That makes me
Yeah,
feel
we're
better.
going to grill it, and we're going in the kitchen to make it a little
Larry
later.
Clarkson.
There's someone else who
Hey,
popped
Larry,
in and
are you
popped
out
out.
there?
I
Larry?
love him.
I'm right here. Oh, he's out there. He's right here. Good
I just thought I'd pull up a chair. How are you?
Hi, Larry. How are you?
Nice to see you.
Nice to see you.
Yeah,
All right.
Larry's one of the great
jacket.
magicians, and he does all kinds of stuff.
I do all kinds of things, and I'm just going to do a little teaser here, and this is a little lipstick blotting trick, just to show you my hands are empty. Could you just blot
Okay.
your lipstick for the, just 1 second, just a second. Look at that, a beautiful kiss. Now, Chuck, if you could just hold that lighter for me. I want to show once again my hands are as empty as they can possibly be.
I guess.
Just go ahead and light that if you would.
Light it?
Yeah, just go ahead. You have to press it
The lighter didn't work.
There you go.
Whoa, look at that.
A perfect lipstick. Look at that. Hey,
Where'd that come
it's
from?
your shade, too. Look at that.
This does have dress rehearsal vibes. Oh my god.
What
When
happened
it
to
turned into the lipstick. You blotted it with the lipstick, and then there it
Boy,
appeared.
it just poofed away.
It's magic. Wow.
It does look like the Roseanne set, but if Roseanne was upper middle
Most
class,
of these guys, and so pardon me for lumping you in, but won't
I've
tell
been
you
lumped
anything.
before, yeah.
He's gonna show us how we can do some things so you can learn them at home too. So what do you need? I want to make sure they get this stuff.
Right, we're going to use some pencils, some crayons, some paper napkins, some coins, just simple things around the house.
So get that stuff out if you got
Absolutely.
it. Okay?
Fun for the kids.
And Maita and are with us today, and what are you going to do?
yeah, they're not showing the kid because the kid is just probably dead
Hello,
bored right
I'm gonna
now.
teach you how to make red, white, and blue planters that don't have to go away after the 4th. You can
They don't
keep
have
them.
to go away.
Okay, Maita, thank you. All right,
I know
and
that you
Edwin
always
Jimenez
put
is
your.
here to show us
This
the
kid is
results of
bored
our
as
first
shit. Look at
hair
him.
makeover on Carla Alvarez.
Carla wanted to look like
Heather Locklear.
Looks like Heather Locklear, yes. But Carla had very dark hair.
That guy
so that's
dresses
very
like me.
difficult thing to do, especially if she has olive, skin. So can we see her before?
Okay.
So we can look at it. Let's look at her before.
Here's the thing.
Very dark eyebrows.
She looks really good before. She looks fine. I'm like, oh, she looks good.
So here she is today.
Okay, let's see.
You're going to spin her around. Yeah.
Let's see how she looks in this outfit. I guess she looks fine. It's like someone went from good to good.
You look like a different person. That was incredible.
Well,
You have been transformed from normal to normal, ma'am.
You love this?
Yeah, good to good.
You love it?
Yeah, can we get the picture of her?
She
before?
looks a little uncomfortable. I don't blame her.
I know. Boy, what a difference.
Sorry, she smiles like I do when I don't want to. She looks so much happier in the before picture. I'm so sorry.
Well, that's a great
I'm
color
sorry. I feel for
Do you
her.
like it? Come over and sit down. Come on. Come over here. Sit down there.
Yeah, and Claudia did this wonderful makeup. Just keep it in the neutral tones, and that way she can.
Now
just
that
play
looks
with them.
complete. You look completely.
That
different
is
than
an
you did with
outfit
dark
you would
hair.
wear
just
back in the day.
absolutely
That's
like a
some
different-
wet
I
seal
wouldn't know who you
stuff.
Really?
No, I mean
Oh,
your
it's
mother would
fine,
know,
though.
but I would not have known.
That is amazing. But the haircut is just like hers.
Yes, we did is we balanced off this cut and gave it more of a blunted ends, and this way she can just kind of muss
Blunted.
it up. But then we went through and put highlighting through. We used Revlon Professional Color through this so that it has that bounce and fullness, but yet we're not damaging the hair at all. It's important to remember that you can lighten your hair, but take good care of it through the process.
Sorry, the more you say it, the more she does. Either she's nervous, which is totally fair. I'd be nervous on TV. I'd be way more nervous than her.
I leave in August, the first week of August.
But man, I don't know if she likes this.
I know that. Can you?
Yeah.
I got.
Just talk. Oh, you have a mic?
She has one.
Oh, okay.
I got one.
See, like I said, pure chaos.
Here for the summer vacation.
Visiting.
Visiting
Boy,
my friends.
When you go home, they're really going to be surprised.
Are you gonna keep this?
Yeah.
The same
I
color?
like
really?
it.
Yeah, I think it looks real good.
Yeah, I'm just gonna go back, and they're gonna be wild.
Yeah.
It's great. You look fabulous.
She's like, please let me go.
Yes, we do.
Please let me go.
Cardinelli, and she wants to have an.
Hi, Lenny. Come on in.
Come on.
But,
Why don't
okay,
you
here's
sit down
Lenny.
there and let
Just
her-
let her
Okay, that's
in.
fine.
Okay, one.
Yeah.
Well,
Look at how
Lady
smashed
Gaga
together
has
they are.
like a
Amazing.
Live Evangelista cut. You've seen a lot of it's very popular, very close.
Which
pop.
one?
Oh, I know. It changes constantly. That's the thing that we had to tell her when we found it. But I think you'll see, we want to get that closeness.
Who is this woman?
Linda Evangelista. She's one of the biggest models in the whole world.
Never heard of her.
And a lot of I know. and so what we're going to do is balance that out. You can see she has her hair longer in the back. You're going to see a real dramatic change in the shape and form of her face. Real compliment.
All right, very good.
Okay, we're gonna change this lady too.
And we're gonna be redecorating when we come back.
You can't back out, ma'am. I'm sorry. Once the home and family show starts, you're stuck. You're trapped.
From executive producer George Lucas comes a very special.
Hey, we got the young Indiana Jones. We got young Indiana Jones fans in the chat.
Premiere movie presentation.
Not me.
Young Indiana Jones travels with Bob.
Yeah, nothing's happened on this show, but a lot has happened. Do you know what I mean? Like nothing is happening, but they're just scrambling, not behind the scenes, but in front of the scenes, and I respect that. I fucking love this color commercial. It's insane. Sorry, it's just so strong.
Stop him with a Schwag.
Hi, I'm David Orrick, and I want you to take the Orrick Challenge.
Okay, take the Orrick Challenge, everybody. TikTok teens, this is your challenge. Take the Orrick vacuum and vacuum your living room. That is the Orrick Challenge. Your parents love this trend.
With my 8-pound Orrick XL. And this is what the leading vacuum left behind. For your 15-day home trial. It's risk-free. How can an 8-pound vacuum be so powerful? The Orrick XL's brushes whirl at an incredible 6,500 RPMs. Its revolutionary hypoallergenic top-filled design maintains
This commercial and the Jaffa block commercial have stuck in my head forever when it comes to Nickelodeon commercials.
So you can take the Orrick Challenge. If my Orrick XL doesn't outperform...
Sorry, I got jump scared by the vacuum's lights.
So take the
It's
Orrick
like its
Challenge.
eyes turned on.
Nothing gets by an Orrick.
Nothing.
How do you pick up a sandwich without a lot of fat and calories?
You
Pick up
punch
a
it.
pickle.
No, don't punch a
plastic
sandwich.
pickle. Tune up your tuna. Pike up your turkey. No fat and almost no calories. Awesome. So remember, pick of lasting. All flavor, no fat.
Fleischmann's.
Y'all remember Fleischmann's?
In buttery new cheddar. Fleischmann's isn't just for bread. Fleischmann's fat-free goes on pasta. Fleischmann's fat-free's great on peas. But should our name escape you, just remember, point and squeeze. Fleischmann's.
Look for Sunday's coupon.
We are back.
Oh, wait,
Anders
no, we're
Garden
back.
and Contractor John are back with us today to show us how they redecorated our 4th of July room. Actually, it's a family room for 4th of July. Hey, what? What was that?
Hey, guys.
Anyway, they're going to show us what they did in here. What'd you guys do?
Well, you know what? We
Yeah, so sound production is going great on this set.
We took the drapes down. We took everything out of the cabinet over here. And we wanted to cover this sofa. I mean, the 2 chairs here that you all sit in every single
There
morning.
she goes.
Because
There's her
they're
mic.
So what we did was we took this beautiful quilt that Marty Whitty
You
made.
need to stop a minute. You know, guys, you're getting a live feed from somewhere. We can hear it, and it's very distracting. So if we could turn it off, I don't know if the people at home are picking it up. So we just need to turn off the live feed to the floor.
Okay.
Going great.
Okay, so we took this was on the wall.
Great,
back
ma'am.
in the
Handled
laundry room.
perfectly.
Marty Whitty
Smooth
made this.
and
This is
seamless.
the most beautiful quilt I've ever seen.
Chuck, are you okay?
And my philosophy for doing
What was
this
up with
was,
Chuck there?
Let's not just go out and buy all new things. Let's go around the house, see what we already have, and I recommend this to our viewers at home. And
Yeah, this room is way uglier than Roseanne's room. You're right.
So we use this. I took the bed sheet off of.
I don't know if
one of the
every
beds
episode
from
was
my
like this. This is
home,
the
and I
only
covered
episode
the
I've ever
back
been able to
chairs
find,
because the
and
quilt didn't come all the way to the
and
end,
it was from a
and
random trash bag that some guy uploaded to some person uploaded to archive.
Design in the front.
Yeah, Chuck wants
That's
to be on
important,
screen
And we
again.
want to make sure that the quilt does not
It's
drag on the ground.
there
because
might be
it's
some
probably
episodes
worth
archived
about
out there, but
$1,000.
it's less
And then
lost
on the
media,
sides,
more
we made it
no
like a
one
bed.
gives a shit
Just
media.
lift it
You
up
know
the
what I
sides.
mean? There's a lot of no one gives a shit media.
Are you
Yeah,
kidding?
you buy
Oh,
these
sure.
homemade quilts.
This is all hand done. This is one of the great American treasures is quilting.
My
and
mother
our
quilts
country's known for
my
it.
mother makes a quilt for each child. In fact, Sean, I guess she's going to make one for him too. But every child that we've had, she makes a quilt.
Do you have one from your childhood?
I do not.
No?
She did not make one for me. I'm
Well,
sure
that's
a little bit left out.
keepsake. And you hang them on the walls. You can drape them over furniture. My sister-in-law puts them on her tables at Christmas time, and we eat.
Did
on top
you
of the
get a
quilt.
special
And it
handmade
cleans it up.
quilt,
Wonderful.
Chuck?
Yeah, I know.
No.
I don't get it. If you guys have
Quiltless
something in
Chuck.
the booth because nobody can hear Candace. Okay. Oh, there it's gone.
Well, I'm sure many of my friends at home are saying she's so loud. I don't think that's
saying
true.
you have such a deep voice is what they're saying.
Okay, then we took out everything out of our cabinet here.
A
and
lot
we
of
replaced it
crosstalk.
with, this is an antique flag basket that we
No,
got.
this
It was
is
in the
very,
garage.
very white green herring. This
Uncle
is
Sam. This was in the dining
super
room.
like
Maida just planted
not.
it
This
with
was
these
just
80
oh
cent
no,
little
very fair.
rosebuds here, and that was cute.
It's like this
And we took
denim
the blue cups off and
freaking
put red, white, and blue flowers that are silk.
red, white. Yeah.
Let's see what else did we do. We took down the drapes over here, and we added the fabric I had left over from the kitchen and the breakfast room we used here. Put flags in our ivy. Maida went out and bought denim washed-looking planters, and those are live plants in there, mixed with silk, and that's what Maida's going to do later on. And it shows that you can mix all your color blues. Don't think you have to.
Okay,
if
there's
you're
some
using royal
episodes
blue,
on
everything has to be
YouTube.
royal blue. If you're
Whoa,
using
whoa,
denim,
whoa,
everything-
whoa, whoa,
Mix
whoa.
them up because it's what
Thank you,
gives the room
scratching way for
definition.
the sub.
Then we went and we took pillows from all the different rooms in the house. Chuck's trailer. You must recognize
My
that.
trailer was absolutely one of the great treasure troves for
Yeah,
this room.
and I robbed it blind when you left one day. And then I
Yeah,
got
so
this-
they
I
they
think
they
this,
just went to
I
his
got it on
trailer and
sale
found a bunch of
at a
American
bedding
flag
store.
things.
We got a carpet that you can
Yep.
buy at
Thank you,
Home
Nest,
Depot,
Wyoming. Thank you so much for the
or
sub.
Any of those kind of home and a very
But
inexpensive.
I love that they had to raid
Candace, we
Chuck
have to do the wallpaper
Woolery's
thing.
like
I know, we always run out of
trailer,
time. We
and
don't
the
wanna
Chuck
do this
Woolery's
because we
trailer
always
was
talk about it.
filled
And we
with
laughed all day
Americana.
watching you. Okay, it was a great gag.
This is how not to wallpaper, as I said earlier. And my mother, contractor Gertie, taught me how to wallpaper by the time I was 5 years old. Our house was in constant wallpapering, and she did it the old paste way, is how she taught me how to do it. So for some reason, we ended up with this self-pasting wallpaper.
Well, that's the trend. Washable vinyl, already
Don't
pasted.
use it. Don't use it. Don't use it. The Wallpaper Association is going to be sending me letters saying, I'm
The
gonna get a
Wallpaper
lot-
Association.
There's the tape. This stuff would not stick. It fell on my head. It was all over. We were here late last night. We finally used Elmer's.
This sounds torturous. They had to use Elmer's glue to put the wallpaper up.
It just wouldn't stay. It wouldn't stay. Get the old wallpaper paste. It was made out of starch.
But if you do buy it, you have an answer on how to fix that problem.
Yes, you do. That's what I say.
I love that they're like, yeah, let's just do some wallpaper, and it just went up
if you do get
the
this
hell.
paper, like,
Thank you,
in this
68K
case,
Hard for
I
the
could
sub.
not find
Thank
another
you.
wallpaper that would go with this room, and I needed that wallpaper.
Yes.
I didn't have a choice because it had
What we
to
ended
go.
up doing was washing the pre-paste
Yeah.
off and laying it out in the ground and scraping it off. I mean, don't use it. Just use it if you can.
Thank you, Green Herring, for the 100 bits. Appreciate that.
Our first home and family fight.
I need a new bit
Thank you
animation.
both very much.
I
still
like
think
that,
it's a
though.
great job that you've both done, no matter how much trouble.
They were here
Bit
very late
animation
last
should
night
be
doing
like
this, so thank you
We'll be
so
back
much.
tomorrow with more decorating tips for our dining room, and
A
when we come
dog.
back, Christina's going to cook her famous.
Come on in, guys.
Yeah,
flat.
well, Home and Family canceled by the wallpaper lobby for being woke.
The Family Channel presents a tale of young love.
Uh-huh.
Against all obstacles, they're determined to live the legend of a
Why
love
did they
ever
just
lived.
toss that guy?
Lawrence Olivier
When are we
and
going to see
Diane
Christina's
Lane.
eggplant?
romance.
And what's
Someday
with the
at 5 on the
gondolier who got tossed into the water?
Ralph's just like his dad. You can't keep him away from a fire. He's convinced he's got a job to do. And he does, because it wouldn't be the same without him. We eat some good food around here, and Ralph's
Give
no
that
exception.
dog a
He gets
firefighter
alpha.
outfit.
It's got real beef in every bite, and he loves that.
He loves real beef. Yeah, what does this dog do? He just barks.
Claritin.
I'll ask my doctor.
It's time to see.
I love this Claritin commercial. It's so aesthetic.
Ask your doctor for a trial of Claritin. For free information and a $5 coupon toward a prescription for Claritin, call 1-800-CLARITIN.
Before Jenny Craig, I could never do this. I'm Jenny Craig. I got to
Well,
eat food
I've
6
never
times
been
a
able to
day.
do
I didn't eat
that
often
at any
before. I
weight,
was
so
on
there you go.
Start losing weight
I don't
now
know
with
if
Jenny
firehouses
Craig.
still keep
Join
Dalmatians
today.
around
Call
anymore.
1-800-45-JENNY.
I could guess. I guess I could just go to a fire station and ask.
It's pressure. It all just builds up. We asked some of the hottest coaches in the game to switch antiperspirants and try Degree. Body heat activated. As your body heat
Jenny
rises,
Craig's still
Degree
around?
releases
That's
extra
wild.
protection when you need it most.
In the heat of the moment, Degree was there for me.
That certainly worked for me. That just keeps you dry.
You have to be
Yeah,
depressed.
Degree just keeps you
wanna be
dry.
protected because they're all right up on top.
Body heat activated. Degree. For an extra degree.
Your fire station has a golden retriever? Good, good.
Someone you don't know could have a key to your home.
Uh-oh. Do you have a key to my home?
This. We should be in by now. This isn't working. Let's just get out of here.
Now, no one can steal your code. Introducing the most secure Genie ever. The Genie IntelliCode Garage Door Opener. Genie. It only obeys one master.
Okay.
Thursday on Home and Family.
All right, no worries. Sound will come back.
Baby Bargains.
Baby
Lamb
Bargains.
Shop celebrates his 40th
Lamb Shop's
birthday.
40th birthday.
All right, and welcome back to
We're
Home and
here. It's
Family.
time
I'm
for
here with
Christina's
Jamie
eggplant,
Glenn,
everybody.
And Chuck is outside. He is grilling. There he is. Doing a great job.
I'm
He's
grilling
our
out here.
eggplant for our low-fat eggplant parmesan. How you doing, Chucky?
I'm doing great. I'm just watching these eggplants grill. I want to eat them right now. They look so good, I can hardly stand it.
Okay,
Putting
when
a
you're
little
done,
garlic
come on.
oil on them.
When you're finished, Chuck, come on in the house, okay, so I can show you how to do this.
You
All
bet.
right?
I will.
All right, thank you.
And what
we're going to
chemistry
do
they
today is
have.
Make the eggplant parmesan, and you can actually take this to your 4th of July picnic, which is you can eat it hot or cold. It doesn't matter. Here's what you need to
Don't
get
eat
started. You need
eggplant
2
parmesan
large
cold. It's not
eggplants.
as good
You
cold.
could use the Japanese eggplants if you want. They're those little ones, but you have to use a whole bunch of them. Okay, but you can use those. And we have some olive oil and salt and pepper to taste. And what I've done with the olive oil,
Actually, Chuck has it.
Chuck has it. I put a little bit of, about half a cup of olive oil in a cup, and I put a clove of garlic in there, so it'll give the olive oil has a nice garlic flavor. And here comes Chuck now. And we gently brush each side, just very lightly.
I feel bad, but
with
she's
the olive
handling
oil.
this
now, if
like
you don't want to use olive oil, you can
the way
also
I
use
do when I'm
olive oil
stressed.
spray.
I'm just
If
like,
you-
oh
Yeah,
man.
if you really want to try to watch what your, the calorie intake, although olive oil is good for you. Perfect. Yeah, and it's beautiful.
She
Look,
smells
the last
everything.
few
Marty's
pieces.
always saying you smell it.
I
Yeah,
do.
she smells everything.
It's wonderful. Look.
She just smells
And,
everything. Don't worry
usually
about
when
it.
you fry your eggplant, it comes up very oily and greasy, and this doesn't because you just, just brush it on very lightly. So after it is grilled.
And you can leave it, right? After it's grilled, you can set it aside and prepare it later.
Yes, exactly. You can do that. And what we've done here, now you could take Tony's sauce that he made this morning. If you like, you could use
Yeah,
that
we missed
recipe,
Tony
and
making
you
the
could use
sauce.
it for
That's
this
unfortunately
eggplant.
not
We've made our
included.
standard
But
regular
there's Tony's
which we've made
sauce.
100 times here, which is, half a cup of olive oil, a bunch of scallions,
Krungo.
3 cloves
Yes,
of garlic,
yes. That's
and
actually why I'm
sauteed
showing
onion
it
and
because it
garlic,
really does
and
have
the
that
medium
awkward and
onion slice.
disorganized
You saute
feel
it.
of on
After it's
cinema,
sauteed, you add
and
2 cans
it's
of
just
tomato
so
puree
weird. It's
and
just.
salt and pepper, and just heat it through.
I've
It's
seen
too
so
thick,
many
add a little
daytime
water.
shows,
So we have a
and
little
they
bit of
usually
Tony's
have a
sauce
little
left
chaotic
over, so we're
vibe, but
using
not
that.
like this one.
And you just
And
put a little bit
especially
on the
not the
bottom of the
contentious
pan.
vibe that she's
And you make
bringing,
it
which
like you
I
would
kind
as
of love.
lasagna. You just. Yeah, come. You can help me, Chuck. You can layer it.
So you're going to layer this just
Yeah, we'll never know what Tony's sauce. Tony's sauce is now lost media. Add Tony's sauce to the lost media
It's a
wiki.
little more pungent than
Yeah,
Romano.
the blend. Excuse me. This is a blend of both, which is nice.
And you're going to use this as well? No?
Yeah, I'm gonna
It's
use that for
eggplant
the top, and then you
Parmigiano.
add some more sauce.
Jack
Not too much,
cheese.
just a little bit to
Jack
put on the top.
cheese.
And then you just keep layering it.
Get that out of
After it
here.
has been layered, it usually takes about 3 or 4
I like her
layers.
like, ooh, we're not using oil, so it'll be fine. But they're loading it up with like
And so what we do is we add our last
cheese.
layer of sauce.
Could certainly do this in that big lasagna pan.
I'm not gonna lie though, this does look delicious. I really like eggplant. It's one of my favorite veggies.
And then we'll add the Romano and Parmesan cheese. And I like to use Monterey Jack cheese instead of mozzarella because the mozzarella.
Why?
You go to eat it and it's like this long thing, this piece that's just hanging. Yeah, down in your mouth. And this melts nicely and has a wonderful flavor. Put it in the oven at 350
I'm turning
for about
Italian and I'm
45
saying no,
minutes to
lady,
an
you do
hour.
not replace
So
the
it's
mozz with
bubbly
Jack.
The top has become
nice
golden.
and bubbly, right. And then, like I said, you can either serve this hot or cold. And here it is right here.
Don't
Chuck.
serve me cold eggplant
And there's not very
parmesan.
much
Do not do
fat
that
in
to
it.
me. I would
We'll
cry.
put it in the oven.
See,
I would cry
mozzarella, so you
hard.
like to eat it and chase it.
You like to eat it and, chase it down with a chaser?
No, you just have to chase it because these strings
There
will
we go. Oh, that's right.
What?
Can I
Okay,
just go
whatever,
on?
Chuck.
Go out and make sure the seasoning is.
And
I'm
this
sure it
one
is
is hot.
Ooh. See,
Always the hot one.
I would jump on the hot one, but I'm afraid it'd be too hot. Probably.
No,
would
not
burn
at all. I
my
have the
mouth.
spatula here.
It wouldn't burn my mouth?
No.
Beautiful.
Are you sure?
He's so worried about his mouth being burnt.
You have to blow on it. Here you go.
That's way too big a piece. Though.
Here,
Just,
okay.
I'm afraid
Put it
of
right there.
there's nothing worse than when you take a
Yeah,
bite
no,
of something
I've
and
actually, there's no polite way to do it, but I would love, maybe there is, I could send an email. But I've always, I often have wanted to send this to the On Cinema crew and just be like, for inspiration,
Very nice, and it's not oily or fatty. Delicious. Okay. That's little Michael. Hi, Michael.
Kid's like, hi, I'm here.
Yes, because it has stuff in it.
Oh, it has stuff in it?
Yes, it's very good. Okay, when we come back, Maita is going to show us red, white, and blue flowers.
I have your rock. I still have your rock. You want it?
He has a rock.
Someday, he thought he had the perfect life.
He thought he had the perfect life.
He's just going to have to wait for me.
I have your rock.
The army changed everything.
Oh, he's in the army now. And Chuck Woolery has his rock.
The Girl He Left Behind, Sunday at 1 on the Family Channel.
Try the Olive Garden's new Pronto menu for lunch, featuring
Pronto, I still would like this, even though I can't eat it. Do the Olive Garden people still dress like that? Krungo, this is a 4th of July themed episode.
Pick up a pickle, a Vlasic pickle. Tune up your tuna. Pick up your turkey. No fat and almost no calories. Awesome. So remember, pick a Vlasic.
You're not going to get buff on pickles. There's no protein in that.
Surround your gums and
See ya, Arnold. Thanks for showing up.
think you're immune? Take the plaque scratch test.
I haven't been to Olive Garden in like,
We won't look.
oh my goodness, since I've been diagnosed with celiac. So
It's a
for
magnet for germs. That's why you should remove it with
Oh, good
advanced
Lord.
formula plaques. The only brand proven to remove.
Has it
more
really
plaques
been
than
almost 20 years since I've been to an Olive Garden?
Remove plaque and germs with
I
advanced
give
formula
up. Does anybody remember plaques? I know I say that a lot. Like, does anybody remember?
Ordinary credit cards charge interest from the moment you buy.
I just haven't had a need for Olive Garden. I can have gluten-free pasta at home for like a quarter of the price.
True Grace card from American Express.
Okay, we did go to Olive Garden in 2015. Okay, I remember now. I remember now. That was a long time ago.
Apply now and
So it's only been a
you'll also get
decade
special
since
low
I've been
introductory
to
rate of
Olive
just
Garden, so not 20 years.
7.9%
Okay,
for 12
good.
months. And there's no annual
I want an
fee,
American
so you'll
Express
save
card,
even
but
more.
I don't think they're ever going to give me
Saving on
one.
interest charges.
They should give me
Don't delay. Call for your Optima True
a
Grace
Diners
card
Club
from
card.
American Express. Remember, the Optima True Grace card is the first major credit card with an interest-free grace period, even when you carry a balance.
and that adds up to a lot of savings.
You can apply right over the phone.
Ooh.
1-800-4-OPTIMA. Stop paying interest you don't have to now.
Okay, welcome back to Home and Family. Maita is with us today to give us beautiful ideas on how to make wonderful floral arrangements for the 4th of July.
That's right. And as you can see, we've got red, white, and blue in the form of plants, in the form of planters, and we're going to put them together. But the nice thing about these is that after the 4th, after the holidays are gone, you don't have to store them away in the closet.
Yeah,
Right?
don't store these flowers
they're
away in the
regular
closet.
Planters and regular plants. And if you want to add some real, traditional stuff, you can always add.
I love
the
how
the
tacky
flag.
this is.
What
I'm
kind of
sorry.
plants
I
can we
just,
use for this?
I miss the
Oh,
old
look at the glass
tacky
ceiling.
country theme of the
we've got a
mid-90s.
gorgeous
It was
glass
really
ceiling.
bad.
Got trumpets.
I guess the
Trumpet
minimalist
flowers.
thing that everybody does
Beautiful.
now is
And,
fine, but I
it's
kind
in
of
a
miss
polka dot planter.
just like
And then we have
the
a whole
constant
different
textures
array
and
of
colors and country
caladiums,
kitchen
And
garbage.
we have my favorite African violets, and I even found little miniature roses, which I put in this cobalt
Ooh,
blue
miniature
planter.
roses are
It was
really
actually
hard to
just a
grow
cup that I
indoors.
got
Good
for
luck, lady.
$2.99.
Good
And this
fucking
is an
luck.
old cup and saucer set. The cup disappeared, but I still have the saucer, and I put them together. There you go.
Okay.
There you go.
And it's
then
sticking
here I have
fine.
a combination of real live plants with silk flowers. And I think
Okay,
it
the
works
silk
out really
flowers
well.
is
And that's what I'm
smart.
gonna show you
That's
how to do
okay.
today.
Okay, let's go.
Okay, here we have this, which
She's
looks
so
very early
impatient. I
American
love her.
Style
Yes, it does.
planter, which I got for $10.
Where?
And at Ross.
Oh, all right. You can get great things there.
I do. And I've got some Persian violets.
These are great. These last a long time, too.
They
But
certainly
they need water,
do.
a lot of water.
Yes, they do.
Yeah.
And I've got a moisture meter so you can check and
Oh.
see if you've got enough water. Here, I'll show you. Can the camera pick this up?
Yeah. We
Here.
can do anything.
Is it going up?
Now, where did it go? It's like right on the blue. It's on number, let me see where that is.
Oh,
Yeah,
oh,
it's moist.
it's
on
moist.
So
It's
pretty
moist.
soon it's going to need water, people.
Okay.
And the way I like to water
Yeah,
is
I'm
to
waiting
put
for the
all my
90s
plants that
aesthetic
need
to
water
actually
in a
happen
kitty
and we
litter
get into
pan
the
with
horrible
water
wallpapers and
diluted
the
seaweed.
and the beige and
Every time I water
shit.
them, I give them a light feeding. Okay.
Yeah,
so I put the little dishes
I'm a
in
little
here, and I
dehydrated,
put
so I
the
need a
whole
moisture
thing
meter myself.
in the pot, and you can put that one in there. And then the next thing is we have these little oases. And this is
The moisture meter.
the
Oh, the moisture meter? I thought you were
$5.
talking about the pan, and she already said that. It was $10, so that's what I thought you were asking me. How much does the meter cost?
Well, the meter usually costs around $5. It may vary. And then the oases, very cheap. You can get a whole box of these, I don't know, for $4 or something. You stick them in, and then you start with the silk flowers. And since
How much
we're
do the
in-
silk flowers cost, Maita? You know I'm going to get that from my ear. How much?
And they
you
get
can them
along
anywhere,
great.
Right?
Anywhere,
Yeah. We'll have to ask Candace.
Whatever. Candace is the
You know what? They
silk
cost
flower expert.
39 cents, 49 cents at any craft store, and the more expensive
That's
silk
right.
flowers go up anywhere from $2 to $20. But
That's right.
these you can get very inexpensive.
And you just stick them in. Of course, if
Yeah,
you're doing
I've
it
been to a
not
bunch.
for
I went to a
camera,
bunch of houses
you
in the
would spend a
90s that
little more
seemed like
time
this. It
doing
was
this, and they
just
would come out
a
absolutely
vibe. You would
perfect.
just, and
We
maybe
always
there would
have
be a
to
Thomas
rush and later
Kincaid
on and
print.
fix them up
There's
again.
always a Thomas
But
Kincaid
you're getting the
print
idea
framed on the
that
wall.
all you do is stick, push, and go on.
And you know, when you
Okay.
blend them with real flowers, too.
And then there's Rooster Decor.
real.
Yeah,
They
your
look more
Christian
real.
friend's house.
You bet. And
This
the
is the
leaves
house you would
going
go
up
to
front.
where if you spent the
And
night,
these
you would
don't
have to
even
go to
need an
Sunday
oasis.
school with
You
them.
I just stuck them in, and somehow they stayed. And that's
Very
it.
pretty. That looks
You don't
lovely.
have to do much else. You can, attach
And of course,
some.
you know me, though, because I love to paint, I'd probably paint something on the front of your paint. You can get your whole...
could stencil these very easily. If you wanted to do something more traditional.
Yeah, that one
if you
Jesus
just wanted to
painting.
stencil polka dots or whatever, it's very easy.
Well, that's the whole idea of this whole thing is to
This
do
is
things
the
with the
house
family
where
to
you're
get
not
your
allowed
house
to
ready
watch
for
a
the 4th of
Beetlejuice
July.
cartoon.
These are all wonderful.
Yeah,
The
you
plants
can,
are beautiful and the planters are
You
too.
can watch
Thank
veg.
you,
You're
Marita.
like you get.
Thank
This
you.
is a house where you get
Larry
so
Clark
hype about
makes some
VeggieTales
magic
because it's the only
right
Christian
here in our house.
entertainment that's good. Oh, we got a magician coming up. Do you like magicians, everybody?
Don't forget to drop us a line on the Home and Family Internet homepage.
Weeknights on FAM Primetime.
FAM
Wisdom from
Primetime.
the mountaintop, the Waltons.
Waltons!
Highway to Heaven.
Highway to Heaven.
Lives hanging in the balance. Rescue 911.
Okay, Rescue
The
911 is
Waltons.
pretty
Highway to
action-packed.
Heaven. Rescue 911. Weeknights on FAM Primetime.
They say they want a revolution. They all want to change the world.
Tony Danza left, but we did make Christina's Parmesan.
And a way to do it, using the
Yeah, the Family Channel was very Waltons centric for a while. That was a big part of their programming.
The Stooges are staging a 6-hour comedy revolution. If they can make you laugh, they know it's going to be all right. The Three Stooges Comedy Revolution, coming July 4th on the Family Channel.
This is for all of
Before
you
call
guys,
this
chat.
toll-free number, spend a minute with Ed McMahon.
I've been telling you about Colonial Penn Life Insurance for almost 10
PC98
years.
Junior. That's
I'm
one.
proud
That's
of that,
this is
because I
this
don't
is
think you can
definitely a
find
house you
company
get
that
banned from
cares
if you showed
more
them
about
Ron
folks
One
over
Half.
50, especially those who want help in taking care of their own final expenses. They're determined to keep life insurance affordable and your acceptance guaranteed. Because of a 2-year limited benefit period, you simply cannot be
Oh
turned
man,
down.
Shemp!
They offer simple whole life
I'm glad
insurance
Shemp is
protection,
available.
priced in units at $6.95 a month. Many folks 50 and over don't think they can get life insurance without a medical exam or answering embarrassing health questions.
Yeah, I always am like that.
To find out more, call now.
Call toll-free 1-800-323-6161 and receive this free guide to Social Security.
Yeah,
Call
my parents didn't care I was watching
1-800-323-6161.
Rama One Half. They watch and they're like, oh, that's fine.
1-800-323-6161.
He has performed on HBO, Fox, Comedy Central as a stand-up comedian. Then he went on to become one of the most visible sleight-of-hand experts today. Please welcome Larry Clark. Welcome back, Larry.
Hey, Chuck, how are you?
Nice to have you here.
Hi,
Now, you're going to do some stuff for us, right? Is this close-up work?
This is close-up sleight-of-hand magic, intricate sleight-of-hand.
This is great stuff.
This is
we
Okay.
can sit down and watch you.
Yeah, shoulder pads are
stand right here.
beautiful.
We're going to have a lot of fun.
Slide of shoulder magic.
I'm gonna watch.
You are?
Yes.
Well, good for you. All right, here's what I need you to do. If I could, please,
Yes.
I need to borrow that ring from you, if I could.
So what do you? Okay. All right.
That's a beautiful ring. Now, here's the thing. I want you to watch the ring closely. This is absolutely the fastest sleight-of-hand trick in the world. Watch closely.
Where is it?
Holy Toledo.
Okay, look.
Yeah.
Not at the sleeves. Believe it or not, in my back pocket, inside of my key case. Zippered up
Stop.
like
No,
this.
can't be. That's
Look at that,
impossible.
on the keychain.
Holy Toledo.
Right there.
Oh, that is absolutely amazing.
I guess that's cool. Do you like that? Would you like that to be done?
All right, there you go. All right.
Kid doesn't seem kid's a little interested.
Like that.
Can you keep a secret?
Yeah, I love the
Right,
bad
good.
quality of the tape.
Now, Chuck, I would assume you're a card player, are you?
Actually, I'm not. My mother is, but she.
Oh, your
took care of
mother's a
it for
card
the
player.
family.
Okay, that's
She's-
good. This is a regular deck of TV magic cards, as you can see. Now, Christina, name any card, if you would, please.
The Queen of Hearts.
Queen of Hearts. Now, we didn't prearrange that, correct?
No.
That was just a card that you thought of.
No.
Watch closely. I break the deck exactly in half, or almost exactly. In half, like this. Watch closely. One card miraculously jumps out of the pack and onto the floor. There it is, the Queen of Hearts.
Okay, I saw that. Number one, I saw that when it went. There was no trick involved. That really.
Yeah,
wasn't
this was
trick.
absolutely like a. This tape was so taped over with like episodes of The Stand and stuff. I'm so glad that somehow, for some reason, they kept this episode of Home and Family.
All right.
Excuse me. Maybe they kept it for like the eggplant parmesan recipe, which is not that good, but you know.
Okay.
Yeah,
Jack
no, okay, good.
cheese
I mean,
instead of
there's
Motts.
some
I don't
marks
like
on the margin
that.
there.
And Chuck.
Okay, good. All right,
Christina
beautiful.
Chuck.
All right,
Okay.
good. You ever signed your name on a playing card before ever in your life?
No.
So this is the only card like this in the world, correct?
As far as I know, yeah.
Maybe in India.
Yeah, so if I were to place this card approximately halfway into the center of the pack,
Yeah.
it would be impossible for me to snap my fingers and then have that card be on the top.
Oh.
See,
How good is
what I'm
that?
trying to say is it's impossible for that card to be here and at the same time
for that card to be here.
You can't even see it,
I can't see it. Do you see it?
Absolutely not. Absolutely
Here's the
cannot
weird
see
part.
it.
Watch closely.
Yeah, maybe they recorded
Watch
because
closely.
they were
I
like,
wave
this
my
is
hand
really
over the card,
unhinged.
it
What's
instantly
going on?
disappears, never to be found
Oh,
anywhere
that is
again,
yours,
unless, of course, we happen to look way down near the bottom of the pack, in which case you see the card's been hiding out there the entire time. Whoop, there it is. Now, the best way...
Okay, sir.
The best way to bring the card to the top is to call in the help of a friend, in this case, the 5. Watch. Boop. Instantly changes into the queen. See, I don't have to use the entire pack to do this. I can place half the pack all the way over here. Now watch.
Slab limited edition home and family playing cards sold on eBay for $10,000. I don't think there is. Is there a home and family fandom other than me? Am I the only one who's just like, I love this failure show?
You did that.
I guess it's not a total failure show, but it's a failure in its own way, you know?
Look at that. Pretty amazing. Here's the best part. Watch closely. I take the card, the Queen of Hearts. I place it into the center of the pack. It spins around, changes back into the 8.
Yeah, maybe they're fans in the Hallmark revival, but like,
about a week or
I don't
two ago,
know.
I placed one card inside of my wallet. Now, to make sure that nobody got at it, I placed it inside of the zippered compartment, double-stitched on all the seams. Chuck, could you undo the zipper very slowly?
This is not like real.
Inside, believe it or not, is an envelope or an envelope, depending on what country you're from. As you can see, yes, as you can see, the envelope is hermetically sealed.
Hermetically sealed.
It's been on a mayonnaise jar on Funky Wegno's porch since noon today. Okay, watch closely. I'm ripping this open for your entertainment, dinner, dining, and dancing pleasure. If you would, reach inside, extract the contents, take the card out, show them your signature as they burst into a spontaneous round of amazement.
See, you can go all day with how did you do that. He's never going to tell you, and really shouldn't, because it takes the fun out of it. You're right. That is really
We have time for one more?
Yeah. That is phenomenal.
Okay, great. Let's do. Actually, we did a trick with cards. Let's do a trick with cards and coins.
That?
You get to keep that as a souvenir.
Thank you. I will.
Pocket there. You are
I
now
think
the queen.
she's genuinely confused.
Okay.
Thank you, Hexenauer, for the follow.
5 more.
The old Xerox machine. All right. Watch closely. The silver coins. These are train coins. I got these coins when they were nickels, and I work with them as they grow up. Okay. Here's the best part. Watch closely. If you love like this, it instantly disappears like that. Yeah. Just flies right over there. See, it's gone. Bam. All right, here we go. Watch
It's
closely.
like, okay.
Pull one out of his ear. Can you do that?
Could I do that? Okay, here we go. Watch closely. All right, here it disappears. It's gone. Look at this.
You have quarters in your ears.
He's thoroughly underwhelmed. I can tell. Here, let's try this one real
This
quick.
poor
Christina,
magician
hold your hand.
who's fucking
2 coins in that hand. Squeeze
crashing and burning. I
tightly. 2
love
coins in that hand.
him.
Squeeze tightly. Look, leave it in my eyes. On the count of 3, I want you to raise your hands high above your head. You think that's possible on 3? Raise your hands on 3 above your head. Ready? 1, 3. Wait, I count. 1, 2, 3. Raise them up high. Now, when I snap the fingers twice, I want you to time me. It usually takes about 2 minutes. Do you have a second hand on your watch?
No. Ah! My watch! Give me my Give me back my watch!
Which one's yours? Okay, all right.
How did you do that?
I just couldn't resist. Okay, here's the trick. Here's the trick. I was just messing around. Okay, here we go. All right, now,
He should steal more things. He should steal the eggplant parmesan and make it come out of Chuck Woolery's ear or pockets.
Here's the deal. All right, here we go.
Just shove a bunch of that eggplant
There's 4
parmesan in
cards
his
that can possibly
pockets.
be on the table. I'm going to make little pup tents out of the cards, and the coins are going to go camping. Okay, here's the deal. All right, that's 1. That's 2. That's 3. That's
Camping
4.
coins.
Okay, now there's 4 apart as they can possibly be. I just want you to watch them closely. Watch this one over here. Hup!
What,
I got there's 2 there. Watch closely.
Wait a minute.
Watch closely. There's 1.
What I love is that she seems
Now watch-
genuinely
now watch
confused
this
by
very
all of
closely.
this.
Don't even
Like,
blink for a
magic
second.
just breaks her brain.
That is too good.
That's where, actually, you know what? One of these is a trick coin. Can you tell which one's the trick coin?
Yeah, it's this one.
That's it. That's
Turn
the
the
trick
wrong
coin.
way.
You know how you can tell? Watch closely. Look, it's bigger than all the rest. Look at that! See?
Womp
We're
womp.
going to go to commercial, but when we come back, he's going to teach us how to do some tricks.
You can learn some magic.
Hey,
when we
get a
come back.
pencil, get some coins, get some crayons, paper napkins. He'll show us some things.
Someday, an unfaithful husband and a jealous wife
Uh-oh.
end up to murder.
You killed your wife because you were in love with the girl.
Gene Barry, Peter Falk, in Columbo's first television movie. Sunday at 9 on the
Ooh,
Family
Columbo
Channel.
mystery movie.
My family stopped brushing their teeth. They did.
My mom says not to brush. She does?
Smart families don't just brush, they reach with the toothbrush, cleverly angled to clean
I like the
hard-to-reach
colors on that
places.
toothbrush, the pink and the bluish green.
She does. Why brush when you can reach?
It's a good
Its
color.
bi-level bristle system is designed to thoroughly clean your teeth and remove plaque along the gum line.
You don't brush. Nope.
For healthy teeth and gums, don't just brush, reach.
You might say this commercial was a bit of a reach.
Fantasies? That's easy. Having them come true, that takes finesse. Because now you have a chance to win
Oh yeah, finesse commercial
$50,000
music.
in the Finesse Your Fantasy sweepstakes. $50,000 to spend on any fantasy you want. Enter now wherever you see specially marked packages. Fantasies, they're easy. Having them come true and incredible hair, that takes finesse.
Sorry,
Life
I just,
got
yeah.
easier. It's Playtex's new Soft Comfort tampons with their softest, most comfortable applicator ever. It's extra soft for extra comfortable protection. It's nice to know you can count on Playtex when life isn't so comfortable. New Soft Comfort, because Playtex is comfort.
Before you serve up the bowl.
I need more channel emotes. I need to make emotes.
Sun Care, Sun Care for hour after hour of sun protection.
He's tried diets. 1, 2. He's tried exercise.
Hey, it's the Nutty Professor. Do you like that?
A whole new solution. Eddie Murphy is the Nutty Professor. Rated PG-13. Starts right.
How do you pick up a sandwich without a lot of fat and calories? Pick up a pickle, a Vlasic pickle. Tune up your tuna. Pick up your turkey. No fat and almost no calories.
Oh, no
So
calories.
remember, pick a Vlasic. All flavor, no fat.
That looks like Waterworld. That's Waterworld, right?
We're back with a fabulous Larry Clark. I just added that fabulous for a little bit of
well, thank you very much.
Larry, he's
The
great.
fabulous Chuck Woolery.
Yeah, thank you. He's really good close-up stuff.
All right,
Really good.
and
Now,
that,
he's gonna show us
my
some things
friends,
that we
is
can,
the end of Home and Family, June 1996. Whew! Well, thank you all for watching. That was quite a journey. I plan on streaming more VHS ephemera probably next week. Actually, I'm certain I'm going to do it next week. So please tune in next week, probably next Tuesday, for more VHS ephemera and more of interactive entertainment. We'll go through all of the interactive entertainment reviews, which should take the whole hour. So that would be good. Thank you all so much for watching. Thank you so much for subbing, even though I don't have any emotes ready. I'll have some of those by next stream, I promise. And thank you all so very much for the support. This is, I'm going to start doing this more on the regular in the afternoons because that's when I got a lot of energy and a lot of stuff. And I'll be streaming tomorrow on Retro Pals. Let me do a shout out to Retro Pals if you somehow haven't heard of that. Oh, hold on. Yeah, Retro Pals, heard of them? Oh, yeah, am I followed? Okay, good. Let me see who I can raid here. This is my first time doing this kind of thing, so give me a moment. Let's see who I can raid. Let's raid, let's see. Cactus Bee's streaming, so let's raid them. Let me do raid. How do I raid? Oh, no, they're not streaming. Let's raid Dream Harrier. They are streaming retro games. Let's go. All right, folks, thank you so much for watching. Thank you for supporting, and I'll see ya on Wednesday on the Retro Pals channel. See you then.